backup guru. Damn. No, I got a lot of shit to say this episode for sure. Where is that intro? Where is that intro? I have it, but you have to like give it a little bit more energy. You can't just come in like,
I want my chips in the dip. That's all I know.
Welcome to the True North Views podcast. This is episode 111.
111, yes.
111.
1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3.
Actually, the craziest thing is I think I saw the number 11 or 1 in some numerology tweets this week. Anyways, True North Views podcast. Like I said, we are Toronto's unofficial podcast discussing hip hop, R&B, and the culture. If it is your first time listening, that's completely okay. Let me let you know who I am.
Yes.
That was way more confusing than it needed to be, but I go by the name of Harris.
Y'all know me, or you may not know me, but you're about to find out, like he just said. Mr. Triple Double himself, 0 assists, stealing 70 mil from the TTC without paying. You already know me, not tapping that presto. I'm also an NBA champion, and you call me Just Shola. And as usual, we are giving you our views from the perspective of a couple of first-generation Canadians.
Wow. How convenient. How convenient is fucking that.
Hold on.
I got, of course, it's funny because, like, I don't know. Anyways, let me, of course, let the people know where they can find us. Of course, you can follow us at True North Views on Twitter, on Instagram, and on YouTube. Yep. On YouTube, of course, you will find our full episodic experience, audio and visual. How has the shirts changed? We don't know. What are we wearing? Who knows? You know what I'm saying? You get the full experience, so definitely we appreciate the continued support on that platform. Keep those views coming. Keep those minutes streamed, logging. I'm checking it, and I'm noticing it. So thank you very much for that. On our Instagram, you are going to find 60-second sound bites, digestible, edited, bite-sized,
chopped
edited.
And screwed.
Not
really
screwed.
Not screwed, but chopped.
But chopped.
It is still the original version. No audio, no messing with the audio.
And of course, that is from the respective episode that happened for the week. We discussed different things. Now, this week we weren't too busy because, Juneteenth and, more important shit going on in life for us to be kind of promoting our regular content. But we did get a couple of things off this week on our Instagram. If you had YouTube opened up right now, you'd see why I'm delaying the talk right there. But we talked about what are your top 3 Drake albums, of course, in order. We got a couple of answers to that.
Almost all of them were the same though.
Yes.
Which I was surprised. I didn't know that was how everyone felt.
Yeah, that seems to be almost the consensus in some ways. And I guess that's why Noah had to take back his thing claim, right? Because it's like, I didn't mean to put it that way. My fault. And we had a discussion about the Grammy Awards changing their category names. So definitely check out our Instagram to take a look at that. On our Twitter, of course, you're going to find just random liking, random tweeting, random retweeting, hashtag of the day, topic of the day, poll of the day. I haven't really seen many polls on Instagram
really not
on Twitter lately.
What's your polls for? Is racism bad or good? I'm just saying. Let's
expose the ones that answer incorrectly.
That's true.
Let's expose the ones that answer incorrectly.
So imagine your hand slips. Wrong. What's it?
Oh my God! Is there a way to delete your account? Shit.
There is.
But yeah, on Twitter, of course, just know that at this point, at episode 111, because we are 3 of the same number, it is 300% likely that if you see a spree of tweets from the @TrueNorthViews Twitter account, it happened while I was
back home smoking legal.
Meditation, see, is very important. Now, when we talk about our pre-potpourri, I guess I'll mention meditation as usual. But meditation teaches you 2 things. It teaches you awareness and acceptance. And if you can get those 2 things down, you've unlocked the key to life. Cheat code, DIY. It's not that hard. Let's get the show started. Like I said, we got a lot of shit to go through. A lot has happened. Of course, we are going to start with the pre-potpourri.
Sure.
What is new with you? How was your week? What's good in the heart, mind, body, soul? How are you feeling?
You start off this week.
Sure.
Yes.
I'll start off this week. So I can't have a bad week because it is now past the 20th of June at the time that you're listening.
Okay.
So the month of June, is a very interesting month for me because I reflect in the first half. And I celebrate in the second half.
Okay.
So I went through my reflection.
Don't know.
When
did I hear someone say don't know?
True.
Don't know.
True. I went through my reflection, and without maybe revealing too much on the podcast, I think I figured out my next key to life. I talk about awareness and acceptance and meditation and this and that and that. That has been my message for 2 years now.
Okay.
Right? I finally figured out
the next step. Let's get punching that water finally. Just holds it in his hand, has a whole conversation.
No, I got the water's full and the water's unbranded, so you know it's about to be a real podcast out here.
We all know what brand that is.
We don't. We don't. I mean, this is Coca-Cola bottling company.
I know what
but
brand
that's about
that is.
17 different brands.
That is the one brand when it comes to water.
What brand is this? And what timestamp am I asking this question? And what brand of water is this? Because nobody knows.
I do.
You do. That's true.
Starts with an A, ends with an A. But
and Jadakiss had a line on it. Tote my Nina. Keep my hands off the cocaine. And my diamonds look like... Yeah.
Water?
Water. Looks like water. Let me give you that. Let me give you that.
Right,
but like I said, I figured out my next key to life. So I'm very happy about that because my June started slow. I wasn't really making myself accessible to a lot of people because I was trying to figure out what my reflection is on. Yeah. So now that my reflection is done, here I am. Celebrate with me.
Turn up.
What else happened this week? Oh, I got a laptop stand. It's nice ergonomic. Silicone, look at that. No slip, anti-slip.
Jeez, and
you know what I'm saying?
All gripping that.
Gripping, pause, but if necessary, but it is gripping my laptop for sure. What else happened this week? Some next shit that I'm forgetting. But I also went to my very first protest.
You did.
My very first protest. Let me give myself that.
Tell us about it.
That was a very... it was a once in a not lifetime, but you kind of hope once in a lifetime because you hope some shit actually changes.
Exactly.
But it's hard to really describe. It's hard to really describe what it felt like to be there. What it felt like to really be really be about that action, so to speak, right? Like, we talk about it, we tweet about it. We're saying it to each other.
Now you're actually doing it.
We can possibly hold our circles accountable to some degree. We talk about doing it at work, and we might be actually doing it at work. But now it's like for reasons bigger than yourself or bigger than your immediate circle. So
shout out to you there.
I mean, you saw it in the group chat. I was just like, yo, I'm going.
Yeah.
Like the moment I saw it, I'm just like,
I
I'm
had
going.
work that day, so.
I mean, and that's what I'm saying for yourself. Like it you have shit blocking you, right? But for me, I was like, I could go.
If I could go, I would have gone.
And in fact, I had at work, I was supposed to have a meeting with me, my manager, my manager's manager,
manager's manager.
But remember, I said I put the pressure on my company.
You did already.
And what was one of the updates they sent me? One of the updates they sent me was, we agree to your right to protest. So I said to my manager, hey, last minute. So I hope, right? Still respectful, right?
You gotta still be like...
still respectful because it is still work at the end of the day.
Exactly. They have the right to say no.
So I said, hey, I know it's last minute, so I understand if the answer is no, but we have a meeting. I didn't even ask for another day. I said, can we possibly make it earlier so I can go to this protest? Because I am going to this protest.
You're going.
And shout out to my manager because she's like, hey, we'll just make it the day before that.
Do it. Oh, there we go.
So I was like,
do it on Thursday.
Bet. So we did it the Thursday. I ended up being able to go to the protest on Friday. It was organized by Not Another Black Life, NABL. Saw my guy Cage there, friend of the show.
Oh shit, he was there.
Rapper
Shout
Cage,
out to Cage.
Toronto rapper Cage, episode 97. Go check that out. He was there with his cousin. Just got to say what up to him.
Of course.
That was definitely good. I had my camera on me. I was the shooter.
Snapping.
I was definitely a shooter.
Shooting.
One guy came up to me. I guess he was new to the city in some ways. I don't know which country in Africa he's from. So
Hey, shout out to my African brethren.
But he's like, hey, are you a photographer from Toronto?
I was like, yes.
I'm like,
yeah.
Yes.
I'm a photographer. I am from Toronto.
I'm like, yes. Yeah. So that was actually, I appreciated that moment because I wasn't trying to look apart.
Yeah, you were just
right. Like I literally just had my the camera strap on my neck.
Trying to take pictures.
And I've been just shooting.
Yeah.
Inspired by a lot of photography that I am seeing, and that is something that I've expressed as an interest to begin 2020. Right. So, just to kind of be in that realm, be in that space. It almost felt like a sense of responsibility. Let me make sure I capture this the way that it needs to be captured. And I kind of actually go back to our little get together that we had in the backyard because I was shooting that, right.
You were.
As I was looking through those pictures, I was like, "Yo, this is actually telling a story." Like I remember when that happened.
That's
I remember
true.
when
Because when I was going through the pictures too, I was like, "Oh shit, I do."
You know
remember
what I'm saying? So you saw the 50 photo
there.
version. I saw the 250 photo version.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that was kind of like a wake up. That was kind of like step one, where it's like, "Oh shit, you're not bad at this."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I haven't gone through the pictures yet. I'm gonna go through them.
Yeah.
But there was one video that I captured. I had to thank God my camera has Wi-Fi. I guess that's a feature that I didn't know I needed.
Oh, so you hotspot from your phone?
Not hotspot in terms of you don't even need the hotspot. You just technically connect the phone to the camera.
Oh, okay.
You can't internet off of it obviously, but you can send stuff.
Yeah, you can. Exactly.
So I had to send myself one video that I shot right away.
Oh,
Let me
shit,
actually play this video for you. I don't know how I'm gonna show you this stuff nowadays.
Gripper.
Anti-slip, but yo, bro, I was the shooter.
You shot this?
And the person that's speaking, that's actually 6 still image right there. The person that's speaking, I forgot her name, but she actually is a friend of a friend. So I was like,
oh, small. In fact, Toronto. Everyone in Toronto knows each other.
2 degrees.
Somehow.
2 degrees.
Like, Toronto is not that big when you think about it.
And she is a spoken word artist. I told her, I gave her the podcast card. Just said, hey, I'm gonna send this video to you, and let's make it happen. I asked her, I'm like, is it okay for me to post it? She's like, yeah, by all means. So just a super dope person, super dope energy. Here was the message that she had to say. And it's funny, as I was shooting it, I only had 2 minutes and 20 seconds in my head because Twitter. Everything you're hearing from front to bottom lasts 2 minutes and 20 seconds. So it was just kind of meant to be in a lot of ways.
It really was.
And then 111 is 2. No.
Nah, you tried though. I rate you for that, but.
Police! No justice, no peace! Abolish the police! No justice, no peace! Abolish the police! No justice, no peace! Abolish the police! Black lives, they matter here! Black lives, they matter
Like I'm,
here!
solid. Let me play around with like some movie shit.
That's how you learn. Like, someone had to do something for us.
I definitely wanted to shoot this show.
I want you guys to repeat this chant after me. This was by Asad Shakur. It is our duty to fight for our freedom. It is our duty to win. We must love each other and respect each other. We have nothing to lose but our chains.
What a bar. We have nothing to lose but our chains.
Jeez.
She was like, oh my God, I gotta keep playing this.
It is our duty to fight for our freedom. It is our duty to win. We must love each other and support each other. We have nothing to lose but our chains. All Black Lives Matter.
Okay, she's about to whip out the bazooka on this one. Ready for this?
All Black Lives Matter. Black queer lives matter. Black trans lives matter. Black disabled lives matter.
we get some more black people dancing. Dead.
Shout out to you for not turning the camera around to face yourself. I hate when people do that. I'm like,
Oh my God.
why do I want to see you
Look
in the video?
Look who
Like,
shot
I
it.
don't care about you.
Fam,
Like,
I don't care about you
I
at
hate when
all.
people do that.
And you're
I'm like,
snitching
yo.
on yourself.
You're showing the moment, and then you show yourself. Like, I don't care about how you care about
Facts.
the moment.
Yeah, no, it was great.
That's
it
sick,
was
man. I wish I was there. I'm
great.
definitely going to be at the next one. I know there's going to be more for sure. So.
And yeah, again, I'm just happy to be a part of that. And like I said, it was a perfect way to kind of, you know, like all this kind of realization, next step in life, all that kind of stuff. It was like that thought happened, then the protest happened, and now we're here,
Then
right? So I feel good. I feel actually real good. What about yourself?
Hey, man. I didn't go to no protest, unfortunately. It was a good week all in all. I don't know, nothing really changed, I guess. But it wasn't bad. Let's put it that way, you know. It could be worse. You know, shout out to me.
worse.
Still be alive, still breathing.
That's true.
So, you know.
That's very true.
I do want to go to a protest. I'm still cheating. I didn't get to go to Juneteenth protest, but
Yeah,
I'll be at another
man.
one again. It's just timing just doesn't work out well for me on all of these. And Toronto, we're not doing as many as some of the cities in the States.
It's true.
So
It's true.
because technically we've only had three.
Three, I
Technically
think.
three.
Yeah.
And one I wasn't going to go to because I wasn't sure I was organized. One we heard of last minute.
Yeah.
then
And
this one just
what
didn't
that
work out.
kind of actually taught me was, you know, maybe we don't have, and obviously it was a learning lesson.
Yeah.
The ones that are not necessarily organized by the largest of organizations, c'est la vie.
Hey, my
The protests have all been peaceful thus far.
Yeah.
And I know that was a concern of mine at the time was, okay, who are these organizers? You know, wagwan if shit hits the fan, you know what I'm saying? How organized is this?
Yeah.
So
My thing was just I want to make sure it's being organized for the right reasons.
of course.
That was my only issue with
Yeah.
with that one. So it was good all in all. Last week I wasn't reflecting. I wasn't even having any realization, but
Dead.
it wasn't bad. So
Hey, you need the yin and the yang. You need
exactly.
balance in life. Sidebar, that Juneteenth protest specifically was for defunding the police. So
they
if you
painted
visit,
the street, which was sick.
say what
They
was that?
painted the street,
Yes,
which was
yes,
sick.
painted the street,
almost like Washington.
and a few other places as well. I realize as well. But if you look up on Instagram, Not Another Black Life, you will see sort of the reasons for that protest. Again, it was defunding the police, but they had abolishing the police. Let me correct that. But it came with an action plan. It came with actionable items. It came with, okay, it's going to start with defunding.
Yes.
It's then going to continue to, I don't even want
Trickle down
to
to
take
the
anything
proper
from their
places.
message. So, I'm going to definitely say visit them at Not Another Black Life on Instagram
Anytime-
and get informed.
Anytime I hear NABL, I'm still thinking of the Australian basketball.
Same.
It has to take me like a second to be like, no.
Same.
It's not where LaMelo Ball played.
Same. And that's why I can say it so smoothly.
NABL, because you said it before.
Facts.
Music potpourri.
Yeah, quick update on Rayshard Brooks. Of
Yeah.
course, rest in peace.
R.I.P.,
The officer, or the murderer, I should say, who shot and killed Rayshard Brooks has been charged with felony murder and aggravated assault. He faces a possible sentence of life without parole for his murder. Again,
Murder.
very clear to say, murderer.
Say it.
So definitely, you like to hear some things, but still justice to go. I mean,
Exactly. This is just
Breonna
words.
Taylor, her murderers have not been arrested.
Nope.
For one, and obviously there's many other
many
names,
more.
and those are the ones that we are aware of. Obviously, all the
Exactly.
lynchings that are happening. Just continue the pressure. That's really what the message is to continue the pressure and get that message out. Now we're gonna slide into music potpourri.
Yep.
Perfect time to do it. Music potpourri is where the bulk of the show happens. Of course, we get into that news going on in hip hop, R&B, and the culture. We get into some keep it or leak it. Do we want it to come out, or do we want to say, we're cool without
Exactly.
it?
Keep that shit. Don't release it.
Get into some shout outs.
Yep.
From there, of course, then we get into new music, not only what we listened to, but what has actually just come out for the week, right? Of course, we'll go more in depth into what we listen to. And from there, we give you a general idea of what is in our Serato. It might be some old shit. It might be some
some new
classics,
shit.
some oldies, some goodies,
Hey,
some baddies.
Some throwback. Hey, some baddies.
You know what I'm saying?
Saweetie, Rihanna, Beyonce. I don't know.
Saweetie is beautiful. Music potpourri, though, man. Let's talk about this J. Cole Noname situation. I'm not gonna say verse I'm not gonna say verse J. Cole or beef or this or that. Did you see this unfold? Did you see this as it happened?
I saw it. I'll say I saw it as it happened.
So I guess, let's just kind of recap the story very quickly for the listeners. As we know by now, Noname, of course, is a very, outspoken, not even to say outspoken. She just she just spits real shit. She does a lot of activist type of work. Has her own book club, and really just preaches the message of positivity and standing by our people.
Exactly.
Right. She was tweeting along, of course, and one of her tweets was something along the lines of, "Your whole album history about Black plight is in question marks because all this shit is going on and we hear a peep from you." Right. J. Cole then came up with a song called Snow on the Bluff. And essentially was referencing Noname in the entire song. Twittered. And then Noname responded with a song of her own, Song 33, and she's known for her, just calling songs song blank, right? She's known for that. So Song 33.
Her name is Noname, so
Jesus died at age 33.
It tells you
33
enough.
shots from 2 Glocks and 6 into pieces, 32, which means
5 went into you and 2 went into the math makes no sense. Guys.
the math made sense. That's the funny
It
part.
does
It's just
it.
he was pulling math though. He was just pulling.
He was pulling.
He was
math.
pulling. Nah,
It
he
made
was pulling.
sense. He just pulled.
He was pulling. So the part that I really want to focus on is twittering. It went from J. Cole getting flamed to the J. Cole stands coming in.
Of course.
I guess just what are your thoughts on everything overall?
I didn't think it was that big of a deal.
Okay.
I think his response.
Tell me why.
I don't think his response was a quote unquote diss.
No, it wasn't a diss.
And so I don't see why everyone. I didn't see the big hoopla that everyone was making out to be. I feel like he responded. He's like, oh, she said something, kind of in the Twitter sphere.
Okay.
It's in the open, so he responded to it, and she responded to it. That's how I saw it. I didn't. I felt like people were making it way bigger than it had to be, or it needed to be. Like people were making it bigger than what they were even talking about the whole time.
So I'm gonna disagree, and
All
that's
right.
probably because I was knee deep in this subject.
Maybe that's why, because I just heard the
Like,
songs,
I
and I'm
was
like, I'm good.
knee deep in it, and maybe you just weren't there, which is fine. But so J. Cole comes out with this song, "Snow on the Bluff," right? Where's the lyrics at? He starts talking about how this queen, she knows more than me. Y'all think I'm smart, but I'm really not. Da 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 da. Blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying?
I still see the issue with that.
I'm just gonna pull up the lyrics here. So he says, "My IQ's average is a young lady out there. She way smarter than me. I scrolled through her timeline in these wild times, and I started to read." Shit, I got the cold flow. Listen,
How many of you heard this song? Yes, I have a cold flow. How many of you heard listen to this song?
Nah, I got that cold flow right now. Okay, where is it?
I don't read.
No, I'm not going there. She mad at the celebrities, low key. I be thinking she talking about me. Now, da 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 da. But shit, it's something about that queen's tone that's bothering me. She strike me as somebody blessed enough to da 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 da. Right. And that's really where I want to start and stop with this entire song by J. Cole, because that seems to be the part. And I'm not saying you're saying this at all. I'm not saying you're saying this at all. I'm just going based on how Twitter is reacting. I've had a lot of conversations. I am a Cole stan, naturally. We talked about stan versus fan, and that's why we want to get rid of the word stan, because to be able to be or to be a stan of someone usually means you cannot criticize them.
Pretty much.
Right? And you have to be able to be critical of your favorites regardless.
Exactly. Yep.
Regardless.
Say that shit is shit.
Right?
And that shit is amazing.
So with J. Cole, the frustrating part on my end was just watching people that I know are good dudes not understand what went wrong here. Because...
So what went wrong?
So what went wrong is first of all, what don't we like about Noname's tone in terms of telling people that we got to do better?
Let me now. This is where I got a problem. This is where I I disagreed with everyone with where you're going.
Okay.
Right? Because it's something that Charlamagne always says. You can't tell people how to react. I could say, shut up, and someone could be like, okay, and someone could be like, don't tell me to fucking shut up, and get mad, you know? Like,
Okay.
this is J. Cole's reaction. He felt like the tone felt to him, and that's his. And to me, that's him. Like, you know,
And that's correct.
You're allowed to feel offended by what someone said.
And that's correct.
I didn't
Now,
say
here's
it.
the thing. To feel offense is human,
Yes.
right? How do you react to that offense? You make a song in the middle of a pandemic after several days of black women saying that black men are not doing enough to protect them?
Yeah, I know. I was not thinking that deep. That's way too deep.
But that's the
deep,
thing.
But I don't think it's that deep.
But
though. I think
who is
people
it
are
not
taking
that
it.
deep to?
I think
It's
people are
not
take-
that deep to you. It might not be that deep to me. It might not be that deep to J. Cole fans. But to those black women who are like, yo, not only are we responsible for educating these dudes, but now they don't like our tone and how we do it. So now we have to be responsible to educate them in the tone that they want to be educated in.
But everyone's missing
You know what
the
I'm
first. The
saying?
first bar is the line he said. He's like, I haven't done enough reading. This girl is way more educated than me. He fully praised her for knowing way more.
And what
then
you're doing right now-
and everyone just went to go pick on him, saying, "But I didn't like this one thing she said."
And what you're doing right now is exactly what everyone else is doing. Is they keep saying, but the message though, but he's saying that.
Like, you're allowed to not like something. I can
he's
say,
saying that. The message is fine. The message is we are not doing enough. We need to learn more.
Yes.
The message is great. Don't. Okay.
but and then everyone's
When a-
focusing.
when
but
a-
then
when a
everyone is
whole
focusing
group-
on that one line
No,
in the
it's not
whole
everyone.
song
It's not
that
everyone.
says, "I don't like her. I don't like her."
But
tone.
it's not everyone focusing
Everyone just
on
focusing
that.
on that.
That's the thing. Is
that's
that
the line that everyone's referencing.
No, not everyone. Black women have a problem with that line because it's a form of muting them. And when everyone comes and says, "Stop tripping, let me mute you some more. Stop tripping. Stop tripping.
But
The
he didn't
line is
say
not a
mute
big
it.
deal."
He didn't say mute. He just said, "I don't like the tone." You're allowed to say, "I don't like your tone,"
And that's my point.
but you can still talk.
Is that we're taking specifics and semantics and technicalities, and you can pull all the
But that's what
technicalities
everyone is
in the
doing,
world.
though. That's what
of
everyone
how
is. That's what you're doing
J.
too.
Cole is da 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 da. But at the end of the day, there's a level of responsibility that's required when a group of people are mad at something, and when a group of, I'm not even gonna say all black women per se, when I have many black women that are on my timeline, for example, and people that I converse with, when they all have a problem with the bar, you have to be able to say what could be wrong with that bar. And rather than immediately going and saying, it's not a big deal, he also said X, Y, and Z, da 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 da, you shouldn't be tripping. Maybe we should stop and say, hey, it's fine to say our favorite was wrong. Period. Forget the message of the song. Throw away the message of the song. He should not have come out with this tone-deaf song.
I get it,
when
but I
people
don't
are
agree.
waiting, like, the next song that Kendrick comes out with is not going to be something that says, "Noname, I didn't like your tone," and
It's
speaking
probably
to
not
me.
going to be, but again, I
You know what I'm saying?
I'm
So it's
choosing to
like,
not agree. Like, I don't
That's-
think what
that's
he
insane to me.
I don't think what he did muted them. I think someone could do something and you could say, because he didn't say I'm not agreeing with you. He didn't say you're wrong. He just said I don't like the tone in which you said it. Someone could say keep quiet and someone could say shut up. Maybe he just says, hey man, maybe I just didn't get it because of the tone you said it. But I'm not saying, I think that people are taking it way too deep. The people are allowed to feel how they want to think. I understand what you're saying, and that's my thought. If you don't like it, that's it. But I think it's not that deep, and it's just not that deep. That's it.
oh man, I'm dying. Oh wait, unpause. We're back in the game. Again, what you're saying is not incorrect.
And again,
not-
what you're saying too is not incorrect either.
No, but what I'm
I'm
saying
just
is
choo-
correct.
No. I'm saying I'm just
No,
choosing.
but it is.
No, it's not though. If then that means what I'm saying is correct. You can't say what I'm saying is not correct, but then what you're saying is
I
correct.
said what you said is not incorrect.
And I'm saying what you're saying is not incorrect either.
But what I'm saying is also correct.
To you, in your opinion.
No, in general.
So it's people that think that way, and I want to think my way. Don't get me wrong. I get what you're saying. I understand you. I'm not saying you are wrong, But I'm also saying I want to believe what I'm going to choose to believe.
You know what I honestly think? I think people who can't see the wrong that Cole has done in this situation.
I'm not even a Cole fan too. I'm a fan, but I'm not like a stan like that. I'm just not thinking that deep, man. Like if someone said that line to me, it is what it is. Like you don't like my tone.
It's timing.
Sucks.
It's timing.
Hey, maybe
it's
it is.
Timing.
Maybe it is.
Oh
But
my God.
that shit don't affect me, man.
I'm
Like,
dumbfounded.
That's things like this don't
Holy.
affect me. It's just because things like this don't affect me. But I don't know. I just like there's bigger issues to worry
Oprah
about
meme.
than someone's tone than what someone said. I don't care about what Cole said.
Let's wrap this up by saying
Okay.
this because your expressions are your own.
Exactly, and
But-
yours are your own, and whoever believes with you.
But
whoever agrees with
I'm gonna preach for a moment to people that have your perspective as well as similar perspectives. I think that when a group of people
Okay, hold up. So if a group of white people says something, should we all say, oh, you know, if all group of white people are saying this, even though it's completely wrong, I'm not saying Noname is wrong or anyone's wrong in this situation. Should we agree with the group of white because a group of people said it?
Can I use a
Because
better
this
example?
is a group think right there. I'm not a group thinker. I think for myself, and I hear what the group is saying, and I see them, and I think my own way, and I say, hey, you guys do you, I'ma do me.
Can I use a better example?
What's your example?
A group of black people.
But now I use
Can
I use
but
an
can
example
can I
in a
use it?
negative way.
But can
It
I
doesn't
use-
work
but-
in an
but-
example
but
in
I
a
gotta
negative way.
finish it though. I gotta at least
Okay,
finish it.
Go finish it.
A group of black people say there's nothing wrong with Kaepernick kneeling because it's about police brutality, and white
that's
people
their
say
business.
you're overreacting. We got to protect the flag. You're overreacting. What's wrong with you guys? And black people are like, but you're not getting what I'm trying to say.
And that's I'm
There's
not
more
okay.
to this.
And I'll stop you there.
So-
I'm gonna stop you there because I know your connection you're making.
Okay.
I'm not saying I'm not saying what he said is right or wrong. I'm not saying what the women are saying is right or wrong. I'm not saying I'm not the quote unquote people saying Kaepernick's kneeling is wrong. I'm not bringing this about the flag. I'm just saying I don't see it. That's all I'm saying. And maybe there's a group of people that see it. I just don't see
like
it.
women, like black women.
I don't see it.
I think we have to do a better job at protecting black women, and I think
By
that
all
means showing better allyship with
but
black women. And
I don't think
that
disagreeing
when
with someone
black
means
women
you're like
express that, hey, we don't like the way Cole even mentioned the tone, because not only have we been at the front lines, not only have we been
But Cole's been in the front
going
lines too.
through
Don't
a
explain.
double-
Cole's
hold
been out there
on,
too.
Hold on.
Everyone forgets Cole's been
Hold
out there.
on. I gotta be able to finish.
Yeah, okay.
Not only has black women been at the front lines, not only have black women, not only are black women facing the two most irreversible struggles in life, being black and being a woman, it says something about our male privilege when we are continuing to say it's not a big deal that Cole is telling you to address your tone in teaching me. There's a disconnect there. Women are saying, hey, y'all are not getting it. Women should not be responsible for teaching men. Women are not responsible for that.
So
All
this is
men
going to
have to
teaching,
do,
or is it about the tone lines? This is what I'm
But see, that's- but
confused.
that-
This is what I mean. That
I gotta
everyone goes
explain
from
it.
talking
I'm
about
explaining
this.
it to you.
Oh, I
But
don't
that's
like
my
he.
point.
But everyone goes from saying, oh, he said he didn't like the tone, to saying, oh, now he's saying this about black women. Like, he just
But
said he
that's
didn't like
my
someone's
point.
tone.
That's exactly
That has
my
nothing to
point.
do with saying, like, that's a reach when you start saying he's disrespecting black women. Man, I just don't like the way one person said one line.
I'm gonna,
and everyone goes, he's saying he doesn't like black women. That's where I see the disconnect there. I'm not saying you guys are wrong, but I don't see the connection. And maybe it's because I'm not a black woman, but I don't see the connection.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go through some things that I saw on Twitter.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe
I don't
this'll-
care about Twitter.
Maybe this
Twitter's
will help
Twitter.
to open your eyes.
Twitter's just a bunch of people writing stuff.
It's not. I'm just talking about some opinions of black women. Maybe it'll open your eyes a little bit. Let me see if I can find
Again, I'm not saying they're wrong. I'm just saying
what
I'm not
was said.
not taking
So
this
J.
that
Cole, let me know if you agree with this. J. Cole is representing the politic of a lot of black men. So many black women have put in the effort to politically educate ourselves, like Noname Book Club, create forms of communal learning, and develop a collective politic because they will not. They attempt to gaslight, humiliate, and undermine us by telling us our tone is fucked up. Their whole politic is fundamentally grounded in antagonizing black women by telling them their tone is fucked up, telling us that we should teach them and then dismissing us when we do so when we do that attempt to speak. The truth is that they don't want to listen because they don't want to believe that we matter. Black women do not exist to hold black men's hand throughout their misogynoir, all while they're literally killing us too. Noname has been very publicly learning in this space and even started her own book club to make this learning accessible and make it a communal space. J. Cole has every resource possible to do that learning and is still chastising a black woman because he felt indirectly slighted. He really could have picked up a Bell Hooks book. This is just personal preference. A Bell Hooks book, and instead, this is where we are. I think that was one of the
I don't agree with
tweets.
everything she said, but again, I've said what I've said. If you want to find offense in something, someone says you can. So I'm going to just leave it at that.
That's fair. That's fair. Let me just continue to get these tweets off. Another one said here. So again, this is just the opinion of black women. I think it's very fair to give them a platform to express their voice.
Yes, please do. Everyone
I'm
needs
tired
a
of black men using their privilege to disempower black women. Being black does not change the fact that you benefit from a patriarchal system. Being a light-skinned black man won't change the fact that you benefit from colorism. Stop speaking on things that you did not experience.
Hold up. You guys say we need you to fight for me. That person literally just said, stop speaking on things you don't experience. I'm just saying, like, you see, but this is what I talk about when I mean, like, I'm confused at what people are getting mad about here. Like, what are you mad about? And then I can understand.
I think
your
what women.
problem. Like,
I think I have an idea. I think what women are, and maybe I'm wrong. Women, let me know. I think what women are upset about is that men keep looking for reasons to almost combat
but who's
them
this man?
saying.
Just because one J. Cole's line does not mean
No,
every
this is
man.
an example. We're not talking about every man. You're talking about now the all good cops thing. Forget that. If you are a man that does not do that, this does not apply to you, right? So we see a lot of men not treat women the way they should be treated, not valuing their voice the way it needs to be valued. And when we have an example of someone who is deemed a good artist in everyone's eyes in terms of the type of person he is, or at least the assumption of that, and he comes out by saying first of all, he comes, whatever, like you said, he has the right to react to something. He has a right to write a song about it. If he said every single thing he said in there and made no mention of her tone, I guarantee this song would have been received completely differently.
Oh, of course.
So why did you feel a need to say, I don't like your tone and how... At the end of the day, if it didn't apply to him, he wouldn't have addressed it. And actually, he said, low key, I think she'd be talking about me.
It did apply to him,
So it's
and
like,
he
low
addressed
key,
it.
I think you're talking about me. I'm hurt by it. I'm going to tell you to fix your tone and how you're addressing me.
He didn't say fix your tone. He said, I don't like your tone. He didn't say fix your tone. He didn't say change anything. The man said, I do not like your tone.
So when you ask me, what are women upset about? It's by this reaction. It's just say he's wrong and it's okay. Just take that. I'm not saying you. I'm saying like in general. Mm-hmm. Take the L. My favorite artist failed us in that moment. And I'm speaking for myself. Mm-hmm. My favorite artist failed me in that moment with how he addressed Noname. Period. There's no but the message, but how drawing this I just stopped there. My favorite artist let me down. Black women don't like how he said that. Period.
I'm gonna just end it with this. Maybe I'm a different human. If I say something and I know I'm fighting a good fight and someone says I don't like your tone, I ignore the person. Go to someone else that you like their tone then. That's the way I see it. Maybe I'm a different human being because I don't take offense by someone saying they don't like something I do because not everyone's going to like everything you do. That's just
now,
facts.
I guess you're saying how you would have reacted, right?
And maybe that's why I don't see the problem. Maybe that's because the way my brain's wired is different.
There's still a level of empathy involved, in my opinion.
I don't care about how he cares about what. I don't care about how Noname cares about how J. Cole thinks J. Cole took offense to it. Like maybe that's it. Maybe that's me. But I just don't care. Like not everyone's gonna like you. I know that in life. So if you don't like me, I'm sorry. But if I'm doing a good fight, hey, that's it. Go over there. Maybe you find someone else that you like that can help you.
For the sake of the listeners, I just want to say the final message in that entire discussion is please be an ally in protecting our black women. Be louder about it. Be more supportive of it. Without black women, we do not rise as black people. So hopefully that message is loud and clear.
Do you? I just think what you want to think, man.
God.
Do you? Like,
let's move on.
I'm not a group thinker,
Oh
man.
my God.
Just because a group of people say something doesn't mean I'm going to say yes or no matter what. I think for myself. That's it. That's it.
The Viacom Awards. Let's talk about the Viacom Black Awards, the BET Awards, man. BET Awards. Where did I pull this up? It's the 20th anniversary.
20th anniversary.
Which, holy shit. Because I
20
think I
years?
remember the first BET Awards. Now that I think about it. Year 2000, 106 in Park. Maybe. Or within the first 5. I know for sure I remember within the first 5.
Holy, sorry, black women. Oh, damn.
Yup.
I'm still thinking what I said, but
Yup.
holy, y'all are wild.
Instant. You saw that.
20th anniversary. Finish this part.
It sounds like he's smoking a cigar. I'm fucking dying. Oh my God, this is going to be a 10-hour show.
Alright, let's run through this.
Let's get through the BET Awards. So the BET Awards will air live on June 28th. For the first time, it's actually going to be on CBS, which is a big deal.
Do you think it's because they have nothing else to air?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And it's like an underhanded, like,
but you know,
we're going to give you it because we got nothing else to put on.
Someone said, like, that's how far back people have come, that we take the scraps and we're like, yes, we made it to CBS. Even though we only made CBS because they had nothing else to show, we're still like, that's how, like, I'm just leave it at anyway. Go on.
You are correct. No, you're definitely right. Holy shit.
Because it was actually in the podcast I was into about the movie reviewers. They're like, yes, the black girl's the sexy thing there. And they're like, wow, they're misogynizing the black girl, but like he's like, that's how far we've come there. You just want the black girl to be misogynized, not just always the whatever race, whatever hair color. You know?
Interesting.
It's just a thought.
Interesting.
BET Awards.
The 2020 BET Awards will air live June 20th across Viacom CBS networks, including CBS, for the very first time.
That's today.
June 28th.
Oh, I thought June 20th.
June 28th. No. The show, which will be a virtual celebration because of the coronavirus pandemic, will also air on BET and BET Her. I didn't know BET had a Her. Drake has 6 nominations.
Of course.
He leads the way. Roddy Ricch has 5. Meg Thee Stallion has 5.
Jeez, up and comers.
I just want to read this quick article here. Yeah, Drake is the nominee of 2020 BET Awards. BET announced Monday that Drake is nominated for 6 honors, including Video of the Year, as well as Best Male Hip Hop. 2020 BET Awards will air live, like I mentioned. Breakthrough rappers Megan Thee Stallion and Roddy Ricch follow up Drake with 5 nominations each. Meg Thee Stallion, who recently topped the Billboard Hot 100 chart with her Beyonce-assisted Savage remix, is nominated for the Video of the Year, Best Female Hip Hop Artist, Best Collaboration, and the Viewer's Choice Award, as well as Album of the Year for Fever. Album of the Year for Fever.
All because of Savage?
Fever.
I know, they're all because of one song. Like, name one other song from that album.
But we already admitted that we weren't the biggest musical Meg fans.
Yeah,
because I love Meg everywhere else.
I can't relate to the music. That's it.
Fair enough.
No, nothing else. I just can't relate to it.
Roddy Ricch, who won his first Grammy earlier this year, also topped pop charts with his upbeat hit "The Box." The video for that song is nominated for Video of the Year, alongside DaBaby's "Bop," DJ Khaled, Nipsey Hussle, and John Legend's "Higher."
I've never seen that.
Doja Cat, Say So.
Nope.
Megan Thee Stallion, Hot Girl Summer.
No.
And Chris Brown and Drake's No Guidance. That should win Video of the Year.
That's hard.
By far.
That's hard.
Beyonce, Minaj, Brown, Lizzo, and DaBaby also earned 4 nominations each. And then Kanye was nominated in Gospel, which is very interesting for his newest album.
It's just funny, like you don't think about it. 10 years ago, if I told you Kanye would be nominated for a gospel album, you're like,
facts. You gotta like use someone like now. Like, what if we said, yo, 10 years from now, Lil Baby is gonna win a country award? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Like, yo, get the fuck out of here. 2020 Grammys, best country album.
Lil Baby. There were some snubs on here though. Party Next Door was snubbed.
Like he don't Party Next Door gets snubbed because he doesn't do the press.
Yes.
But
I'm getting to a point there.
And awards are for press at
It's-
the end of the day.
Okay, so you kind of answered my question.
Oh,
Damn,
my bad.
let me
Sorry.
set it
My
up.
bad.
Let me
My
set
bad.
it
I didn't know.
So, okay, I'm going to start that again. Yo, there were some snubs, right?
Oh,
so
shit, like
Party
who?
Next Door
Get outta
was a
here.
snub. He had a lot to say about that. Of
course he did.
Never gonna take that seriously. That's just ego at that point,
Exactly.
right? But I do think it was a legitimate snub. At the
I think so,
very
too.
least, a snub.
From all the buzz I hear about him, I'm surprised he doesn't get nominated for a
Yeah.
law. Because I hear everyone talk about. Maybe it's because we're from Toronto, but I hear everyone.
And that's what I
talking
kind of
about
question
it.
to myself. I'm like, is this a regionalized thing? No, I don't think so.
Because he's so big in Toronto, like, he's got to be big somewhere. He got to be big everywhere else. Everyone knows him.
Another snub. This artist came out with 2 albums, back to back, and they both did numbers.
The baby?
Lil Uzi.
Yeah, but Lil Uzi's album wasn't that nice still.
Doesn't matter if it was that.
And
It
his
did
numbers, his numbers were just like first week numbers.
Fair.
Like he didn't have the consistency.
Consistency.
There we go.
But I guess where I was going with that, and you kind of summed it up already. PND and Uzi are 2 guys that don't really go with the grain.
They don't.
Right? They don't really go with even their own label grain. I mean, I don't know what Party Next Door situation is, but we know Uzi has been public with his label issues. Do we think that ties into the snub?
Yes,
Like,
I think so. Yeah, because
you said it's a show for press.
it is a
right?
show because they don't give awards to people that are not going to show up. If the best new artist is not going to show up to the award show and they want to give it to the baby, they're not going to give it to the baby. They're going to give here's whoever's at the award show because they want the stage, they want the presence. Like I've read about that. Like they call people and say, Beyonce, are you coming to the Grammys? No, okay, well, guess she's not winning that best video.
It's true. It's
Because
true.
they want the stage and they want that whole Party Mobile doesn't do interviews. He doesn't have the whole. What's he gonna do when he gets on stage? Thank you. They're like they don't want that. We want the person that's gonna come on stage and be like, yo, thank you to my mom, thank you to my label. Like that's what they want.
It's true.
Unfortunately, Uzi could give them that, but
He don't care to.
he doesn't care to.
That's the
exactly.
thing. He don't care to.
He doesn't care to.
Are you gonna watch?
I will just because it's BET. I don't know. Like, let me see who's performing.
It's true.
I want to see who's performing.
I know Amanda Seales is hosting, and I'm definitely
it's
gonna get.
virtual. I forgot. I keep thinking
Yeah, I know.
I'm probably not gonna watch.
I'm definitely gonna give Amanda Seales a couple minutes,
There we go.
sure.
I'll tune in.
and then I'll see if it's how is this going? Like,
Exactly. How we doing this? Like,
how we going? Where are we going from here?
is someone's wireless, someone's connection like Teddy Riley?
Oh my god, yo.
Imagine that's not trying to give us these. I like that.
Oh my god. If I see buffering, I'm done. Beethoven was black.
I'm not surprised.
Beethoven was black.
Our history's been being rewritten. Like, it's no surprise, but that we just never had the power to change it, and now we do, and now the truth's coming out.
And the access to information is so important too, right? Beethoven was black. What does my link
My
tell me?
rims are blue, and I'll be damned.
So my phone tells me every depiction of Beethoven is him as a white man. However, the following are physical descriptions of Beethoven from various credible sources, including his lovers, his students, his teachers, anthropologists, historians, and authors. Because, those were the only professions they had back in those times.
Historian of author. How are you the historian of history?
How you a historian before history?
Right?
They're not that old. But these are some descriptions. Wide, thick-lipped mouth, short, thick nose, and proudly arched forehead. Negroid traits. Dark skin, flat, thick nose. His face reveals no trace of the German. He was so dark that people dubbed him the Spaniel, which is the dark-skinned. Coal black hair stood up around his head. Yeah, he black. It's my first time reading this. His somewhat flat, broad nose is a rather wide mouth. His small, piercing eyes are swarthy, dark, complexion pockmarked into the bargain.
You sound like a racist saying that. You sound like you're trying to sell the man.
Gave him a strong
Thank you.
Gave him a strong resemblance to a mulatto. God damn.
Oh, damn.
Complexion was brownish. His hair was thick, black, and bristly. Short, stocky, broad shoulders, short neck, round, blackish brown complexion.
Sound like
Nigga, he black.
Sound like you'll be averaging 20, 10, and like 5 in the NBA.
Definitely. Somebody tweeted, if they're outraged by Beethoven, wait till they hear about Jesus.
Yo, right?
Like, whoop, whoop.
Yo, they're not ready for that.
I think I had one more. Someone said as well, yeah, I'm not fact checking whether or not Beethoven was black. I'm gonna just believe it.
Exactly. I'm not fact checking.
Facts. I'm not.
Beethoven's black. Prove me wrong.
Facts.
Don't show me a picture.
Yeah, because those pictures are fabricated. Someone said they put powder on his face or some shit for any photos.
So many years ago, that shit don't work.
Yeah, man. I watch a lot of shows where they
They
kill people broad daylight. I'm like, ain't no cameras around. But I'm like, oh yeah, this show is 1800s.
Exactly.
Nobody saw it. The tree didn't make a sound. Yeah, I'm gonna give myself that because that was a good one.
That was Carl Crawford.
Carl Crawford and 1501. Carl Crawford must be a big Jay-Z fan because not only did Jay-Z take Meg Thee Stallion from him.
Took another artist again?
But Jay-Z has a line that says, they were talking about Jay-Z way back, talking about his own music. He's like, okay, so make another Hove.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Right? And Carl Crawford just tried to make another Meg Thee Stallion with Erica Banks.
Who?
You haven't heard Erica Banks before?
Sounds familiar.
Erica Banks. Let me show you Erica Banks. This is Megan Thee Stallion's ex-manager, Carl Crawford. He's now pushing a new artist, so this might even be him filming the video.
My business, pull up on time and then went up in tenant. I got a killer, he live in the back. Shoot with a 40 and shoot with a Mac. Son, you got money, what hoe ain't set out. These 20s and 50s don't rain on my lap. G-Town bitch, I'm heavy. Ain't now hoe here ready.
Now, some people are saying, so what? I mean, it's just a woman rapping.
Okay.
First of all, she's hard. Like, don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
she's hard. She's actually, that nigga spitting.
Yeah. Hey, I'm cool with it.
But
Everyone thinks she sounds like Meg Thee Stallion.
her newest project, I think, just came out.
Is it,
Here's the cover
is it
compared to Tina Snow.
of course, it's expected at that point. Like the man don't know. The man don't know any. But the man uses all his tricks. The man already said he used all his tricks on Meg.
Yeah.
The man said he used all his tricks. He's gonna use all his tricks on the next person.
And that's where it potentially creates an interesting discussion because Carl Crawford will swear to you that he made Meg to some degree.
Yeah.
I don't know the full history, don't know the full story, but I do remember when we were reporting on that, they were confident with what 1501 was doing with Meg.
Yeah.
So they obviously had a blueprint of some sort, Jay-Z reference. They had a blueprint of some sort with what they expected from Meg. So do you think they just said insert?
Yes.
Continue?
Yes.
It's working.
I think they're like, all right, this is where we start with Meg. We'll bring up this new, what's her name? Erica Banks. We'll bring her up to where we start with Meg. And if she's not signed by a major by then, we keep going till we get her on a major.
She's pretty hard though.
She sounded hard.
She's pretty hard. I'm not
Shout out to Erica Banks.
And you know what? Carl Crawford, low key, it's a shout out to Carl Crawford.
Hey, exactly.
Because, he was seen as the villain in this situation because, of course, everyone is a fan of Jay-Z, a fan of Meg. And he was seen as the villain for being in a contract.
Yes.
Now, could he have renegotiated? Maybe.
Of course.
Maybe.
It was not his place to, but
maybe
he could have.
Maybe.
Yes.
Because he was in a contract.
Yeah.
Business to some degree.
Yeah, exactly.
But then it created a deeper discussion, right?
Yeah.
So, to some degree, shout out to him because he's like, yo, I'm showing you that I'm really about artist development. Yeah. Here's the car video. Boom, there's the album.
It's like what that guy 300 label.
Yeah.
They did all the artists sound the same, low key, but they sound hard and it works for them. So
that's true.
It's like why stop? Why would he stop? Like because people say it's the same. If it works, if it work.
Juneteenth Verzuz, Alicia Keys versus John Legend. Did you watch that at all?
No, I did not, because I don't watch any of the verses.
I did. Just very quick mentions of this versus battle, because it's not like a hot topic to talk about.
I was going to say, is there something important here?
No, and that's the thing, right, is that there is nothing important.
Were they playing the piano a lot?
They were. They were in one room, so they were in one room. They were side by side.
That's sick.
One piano facing this way.
The other piano facing down.
Facing this way, so I'm facing your back and you're facing my back. I don't think they heard that whole part where I was talking there.
I was gonna say that, like, you know what? I was gonna keep quiet. Hopefully, it picked it up.
I think it picked up some of it. But yeah, that happens. Only 150,000 people in the room.
Only.
Well, the other verses all had 500 plus.
No, that's true.
I wonder if part of that is pandemic being over or phase 2, whatever phase, or I don't know how much of an impact that this had, but for the very first time, the pinned comment, as usual, says sponsored by Ciroc, of course. Diddy's gonna find a way to get in there.
Yeah, Diddy gets in on everything quick.
But hey, maybe he put the money up.
Hey, he probably did.
You know what I'm saying?
Which
is a great investment.
Ciroc, you gotta do
great
something.
investment.
Yeah, it is. Don't get me wrong. It's just funny that Diddy's quick with it.
For the very first time, it said watch in HD on Apple TV. I was like,
Apple giving them the money now?
I'm like, what does that even mean?
Apple TV, the Apple box. The Apple TV
But is
box.
it like, I don't know how Apple TV looks like. Like, is the interface like TV Verzuz? Or is it like IG cast to my screen?
I don't know how it works.
You know what I'm saying? Like, was
That's
it an
weird.
enhanced experience? I'm curious about that. I
It was
want
like
to know.
another camera beside.
Yeah,
the
like
actual, maybe this one's like an
Apple
iPhone
Cam.
8.
You know what I'm saying?
One's like an iPhone 8, and then the other one's like a real ass like camera for
12 Pro.
Yeah.
Or some shit.
funny.
So I was very curious about that. And I guess the perfect way for me to conclude this, and I thought this 5 rounds into it. First of all, nobody was really singing. Like John Legend and Alicia Keys were just holding the mic, but it was like here, and they were like, "Give me the green light." He's not even singing. Give me just one night. I'm ready to go right now.
I'm dying.
I'm ready to go right now.
Man,
Like
not trying to throw his
none of
voice
them were
out.
singing.
They're not trying to throw their voice out for this damn live.
I was so cheesed. I'm like, yo, I want to hear them fucking sing,
Those
bro.
people, you want to hear them? I want to hear them on the
Damn.
piano singing.
John Legend had a fucking catalog. He played the Rick Ross. On the way we shed some tears.
Jeez. Yo, he has some
Every day we
features.
sacrifice.
He has
and then he
some
followed that up with the
features.
Nipsey.
Jeez.
Dun, dun,
Yo,
dun,
John
dun.
Legend has some features.
Oh my god, man.
Like when you think about like I'll listen to like a random like Lil Wayne track,
John Legend's on
Legend.
there.
I'm like, and then he kills the chorus. I'm like,
Facts.
yo, he's
No, he probably has some of the best courses of all time.
because his voice is amazing.
He really does.
That's that black man.
What I will conclude it is with this. I think this battle will make for one of the best playlists. But it was one of the more boring battles. Just period.
I think it's more to their style. Their style is not like
I don't even think it was a style thing because I was looking forward to that. I wanted to and you know what I'm saying? Give me the green light. I wanted to
one
hear
song.
that. I was hyped for that. But it just didn't like when I seen them dancing to their songs. I'm like, I don't
it
even
wasn't
like
feeling.
concerts where they're playing their song in the background.
I see what you're saying.
I want more of.
You singing, you give.
Now,
me
don't
the
get me wrong.
performance.
At the end of the day, it is a versus. You're playing your songs. I know
Yeah.
the format of it. But
But
anyways,
at least someone from Alicia Keys and John Legend, you would want to hear their
I
voice
want
because they're known
Beanie
for
Man
their
Bounty
voice.
Killer. We're in
Yes.
one room
Go
as Jamaicans.
So you go on
one
the
room in
piano.
it. So when we get the American version of one room, clash a little bit now.
Yeah,
Like, let
it's
me
true.
see you. You know what I mean?
You go on the piano like, nah, I got this. Alicia Keys coming higher.
Man.
John Legend coming with a different tone. You know.
One of the songs
should
that
direct one
Alicia
of these.
Keys, of course, played was "Unthinkable."
I thought you were gonna say NY State of Mind.
She did play "NY State of Mind"
Did Lil
as
Mama
well.
come on stage?
No. Well, I was like, I thought Swiss Beats would pop out of nowhere. I thought Chrissy Teigen would be there.
None of them.
Like, nothing. Like, nothing.
They got spice.
I'm
that
like,
shit up.
God damn.
Sorry,
like,
so what were you saying about Unthinkable?
yeah. So, like I said, one of the songs that Alicia Keys played was Unthinkable, of course. If you don't know how that song goes by now, then she's too young for you. Apparently, that song Unthinkable, Drake says that he wrote Unthinkable, which at first was like, oh? There's more to it. Drake says he wrote Alicia Keys' Unthinkable about Nicki Minaj.
Oh. Now I see why. I'm like, what's the more to this? Like, so Drake wrote it. What's the more? But no, I see
and
the,
if you don't know how Unthinkable goes, could I make you my baby? If we do the unthinkable, will it make us look crazy? If you ask me, I'm ready. Yo, Drake is nuts. Wow, Drake is nuts.
Wow, shout out to Drake, man.
Oh my
shout
god,
out to Drake.
he
man.
went for Nicki multiple times.
Yo, and he never. I don't know. I'm not gonna say he never, but like as far as we know, nothing happened between them.
Yup,
So hey, I don't. Man, shout out to Drake. He's just crazy, man. He was crazy for Nicki.
crazy for Nicki. Let's get into that keep it or leak it though. First, keep it or leak it is gonna come from Black.
Yes, sir.
Now this is an automatic leak, but I just wanted to mention this
Yes.
because I was unaware that Black had the same birthday as Solange.
Oh,
Black is dropping an EP to celebrate his birthday on June 24th.
hey, someone else's
June
birthday
24th.
too.
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah, I don't know who.
100% leak.
100% leak.
100% leak.
Slack here.
I don't even know why I'm even asking that. I just don't want to see him perform.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say, I'm like, we all like him except performing. Some people don't like him performing.
The next Keep It or Leak It is with your girl KKW.
She's dropping an album.
Hey, Would you listen?
No.
I wouldn't either. Kim Kardashian West. I was gonna say Rest. Kim Kardashian West has reached a deal with Spotify for a podcast about her work with the Innocence Project, which is a nonprofit legal organization, of course, that seeks to exonerate people who have been wrongfully convicted. Are you listening to the Kim K podcast?
I'm listening to this.
You're crazy.
Because it's not about like, it's not like she's going to be out here saying, okay, I went to do my hair yesterday. I actually want to hear what she's talking about. Because I don't know what she actually does for this. I actually want to know, what does Kim K, like, how do you actually help these guys get released out of prison? Because she doesn't just go, yo, Trump, release that woman, release that guy. Like, what are the steps she takes? I actually want to know about it. It just was, come hear about my life. And I'm like, no, fuck that. I don't care about her.
Yeah, I mean...
But I'll listen to it. At least I'll listen to the first episode and see where it goes. I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, I mean, that's not a terrible idea in terms of, like, I'm curious maybe how it sounds.
Yeah, like, I'll give the first episode. Like, let's see where she goes. If it's all about her day, then
it's
like,
definitely a keep because I'm cool without it.
Yeah,
I definitely have to say that, make it very clear for the room.
But it's coming out
do
no
not
matter
care to...
what.
Yeah, it's coming up.
But yeah,
I
you
do
don't
not
care.
care to hear the
Me
Kim
neither.
K podcast.
Me neither.
What was I going to say?
But if it comes
her
out-
voice is annoying, for one.
It is. It's so nasally.
Yeah, and then I can't
Don't do that.
Can't do
That
it.
shit is so annoying.
Can't do it. Can't do
Oh,
it.
no, Kanye, don't do that.
And then on top of that, again, I gotta stick with my black women on this one because Grapevine TV, they're just a super dope everything on YouTube. Look them up, and the Grapevine TV on Twitter. They tweeted in response to that. They said, so once they tweeted this, I had to support and show my solidarity. They said there are actual factual black people who have dedicated their life to prison reform, but they don't have Kim Kardashian's whiteness and money, so they won't get a podcast deal or the recognition for their work. This is white supremacy in action. So for that reason, I'm going to urge everyone not to listen to the Kim K podcast.
I'm going to still listen to it. At least the first episode. See what it's about. You know?
Shout
what
outs.
it is.
Yeah. I get what you mean. I got the first 12 minutes.
This is because what
minutes.
they said is like what I was saying about the R. Kelly thing. Because the reason why I didn't watch the R. Kelly thing, because I was like,
where's this guy going with this?
No, I was saying the reason why I didn't watch the R. Kelly, not keeping up with the R. Kellys. I'm also keeping up with the Kellys. I don't care about the name. Fuck the name. Names are really unimportant. Don't even watch. No, I'm not gonna say don't watch it. The reason I didn't watch it was because I felt the corporation, which was probably run by white people, were mostly doing that for money. You listened because you said you wanted to hear the women's story, and that's how I'm listening to this. You're saying white supremacy, and I get it. And same way you understood that. Yeah, they're probably doing it for money, and I understand. Like, you know, there is probably a white supremacy because if it wasn't Kim K, there probably wouldn't be a podcast happening.
Right.
But I do like what she is doing, and I will listen because of what she's doing. At least first episode. See
I
where
get
it
what you
goes.
mean. I get what you mean. I got about 4 minutes for Kim. Let's get some shout outs.
Shout out.
First shout out is in order to Pusha Ton. Gotta give a shout out to Pusha T, man. He the birth of his son. First of all, let's applaud that.
I know what you're saying. Pusha's a real one, man. Pusha's a real one.
And Pusha's definitely pushing tons. Because his son's name is Nigel Bricks.
That's not a nickname. That's a middle name.
Thornton. Brixx.
Bricks. Yeah.
Salute to that, man.
That's a hard name, though.
First of all, Nigel Bricks is just
Nigel Bricks is a hard
that's
name.
a powerful name.
Like, it's a hard name.
It's
like,
a powerful name.
I'm low-key jealous. I'm like, yo, I don't think of that for my kid. Like, Nigel Bricks.
Oh, man. The next shout out is in order to two people on Twitter. Now, I didn't verify this, so I'm going to go with their word.
Okay.
There's two
We don't
people.
fact check.
One of them goes by the name of Maya Gold.
Okay.
The other person goes by the name of Alexis Breanne. Twitter announced voice notes.
Yes, I saw something about that.
Yeah, I don't know if you've heard.
I haven't heard. Is it actually like functional now?
Yeah, functional for some
I've-
people.
I've-
I have
I've-
mine. I know
I
some people are
haven't
waiting
seen
for
it
theirs.
yet.
I have mine. I have never used. I don't care to you.
I don't even know. I just heard about it.
If you text me, I do enough voice notes. I don't need to hear my voice on Twitter.
Right.
And you no longer own what you said. But
Pretty much.
no, factually,
Actually,
by
yes.
contract,
Yes, you don't.
by your Twitter user agreement,
It's not pretty
you no
much,
longer own it.
it's-
So if you
yeah.
say a sick idea, yo, I have this sick idea, da 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 da
And
da.
Twitter hears it.
Twitter
and
literally owns that,
Yeah.
and then we'll do copyright on you. So.
That sucks.
Two people tweeted. So when Twitter announced the voice notes or whatever, one person named Maya Gold, she tweeted, "Yo, I just launched my first product at Twitter, and wow, what a fun journey it's been." This is our first experiment, of many more, of many to learn more about how people on Twitter might use audio to share their voice. And Alexis Breanne said, I started at Twitter in March, and I just got to launch my first product. Welcome to Tweeting with Your Voice, everyone.
So Alexis Breanne is like...
Bro, I guess these two women are two of the women that are part of...
This idea, this concept?
It has to be.
And they're two black women?
Yes.
Hey, you know what? For what we believe in, and because we believe it, we're going to believe this, a shout out to them.
Nigga,
if it's
black
wrong,
people invented GPS.
Black people invented a lot of things.
So...
Black people invented a lot of things. Like,
let's just say, Google. I'm not even surprised. I'm fascinated by it, but I'm not surprised.
It's like the Mozart. It's like the Beethoven thing. It's like, I'm not surprised. Like, they've been trying to erase our history. They've been trying to take our history for theirs. In 30 years from now, they're probably going to say they invented trap music.
Dead. So shout out to Maya Gold and Alexis Breanne.
I can say something good, but I'm just going to keep quiet.
Third shout out is in order to Matthew Cherry.
Is it Don Cherry's son?
No.
How was that? Are we getting him out of here?
Matthew Cherry, he is a filmmaker. I didn't watch his movie specifically, but I think he's best known for a movie called Hair Love.
No, never watched it.
Either way, the headline reads as follows: Oscar-winning filmmaker. Sorry, let me pay my respect. And actually, I do recognize the name now that I say that. Oscar-winning filmmaker Matthew Cherry has signed a multiple-year first look deal with Warner Bros. For whom he will create, develop, and produce new material for multiple platforms.
Hey.
Gotta give that.
Shout out to Matthew A. Cherry. He's a brother. Shout out to Matthew A. Cherry.
Matthew A. Cherry. I gotta have the A in there because everyone kept throwing the A in there like Stephen A. Smith. So I gotta.
Exactly.
You're right, Matthew A. Cherry.
There's probably a Matthew Cherry somewhere else, like a hockey player that's seen all that shine. So we'll give him the A. Cherry.
And the last shout out is in order to Beyonce.
Hey, I don't know what she did, but it's just
Beyonce. She came up with a new song, which we'll briefly touch on in the new music segment. But she came up with the song on Juneteenth.
Juneteenth, yep.
I'm gonna be the only one to say this. Don't come at me, Beehive. First of all, don't come at me. The surprise Beyonce thing is not a surprise anymore. I'm just gonna say it.
But it's Beyonce.
I'm just stopping there.
I'm with you, though. I'm with you. Beyonce. Surprise.
Every time she does a surprise, everyone like, oh my god. It's been her MO since 2015.
And that's what I was gonna say. I'm like, yo, fam, it's Beyonce. She's just gonna drop music. It's time. Like, she's so big, she doesn't need to The reason why everything's not a surprise because they're not big enough artists are not big enough that they need to promo it. She's just her and Drake, Jay-Z, Kanye. Those people are big enough. They can just drop and it'll get to everyone's ears somehow. I heard it. First day you heard it. She didn't have to do no promo run for it. You heard us listening to me.
Before we officially get into the song, but you're right. You're 100% right on that.
Oh my gosh, she dropped the song.
In addition to the song.
Oh my god.
She also, this is actually pretty sick. She also released a directory on her website.
Oh my.
And you know a lot of white people go on her website for sure, right?
Yeah.
So she released a directory on her website which urges her fans to follow my parade. Which is two black-owned businesses. It's kind of like a directory, obviously it says there. Directory of black-owned businesses, from arts and design to wellness and health, to a playlist on Tidal, right? So everything just featuring black people, black entrepreneurs, black people in business, black musicians, etc. She has created a directory on her website, which is huge. So shout out to that. I told you guys I had a lot to say this episode. God damn, how is new music starting now? Oh my god, okay.
Right. We gotta run through this. Okay, I did not find a list. Because they've not been doing the list lately, have they?
They have, but I think the timing is a little off.
Because I'm trying to check and...
I'm not gonna lie to you. So I got this.
I'll still look around if I can find it. If not...
It's under...
Ryan.
See, I don't think...
We go.
Bleep, bleep, bleep. Dead. Okay. I don't know if it's still under Fresh Music Friday, if you search that.
I would just search the man's name, hoping it
True.
would come up.
True.
But
Search maybe Teyana Taylor. You'll find it.
Because she dropped something.
Exactly.
True.
I never thought about doing a name.
Oh, like the name of someone that actually dropped that week.
That's a smart idea.
It's the second thing that came up was it. First one was someone probably talking about her track,
Probably.
the album itself. All right, let's go.
So new music that came out. Let's start with the albums, of course. We have the deluxe version of Pierre Bourne, Life of Pierre 4.
Which was actually a really good album. The first version, I didn't listen to the deluxe.
It's still an album I have to listen to. I haven't listened to that yet. Teyana Taylor came out with the album. Smoke Perp, Florida Jit.
Yep.
T Grizzley with The Smartest. Justine Skye, which I wanted to research because Bear With Me has been a name that has been floating around since 2016
From
for
Justine
her.
Skye?
From Justine Skye.
She probably had a
But this one was
single.
called Bear With Me, the album.
Yeah, she probably had a
And then I had
single.
a song on there from 2018.
And that's probably what it was. Bear With Me was probably trying to push it and trying to use the name to push the album.
The Insecure
Insecure
soundtrack came out. So that was music specifically from season 4, which had very good music on it. Like I think I had like a lot of Mariba,
I saw
like
Buddy
Smino,
on there.
Buddy. Like I didn't even look at the playlist, but just as I was listening, I'm like,
I just
fire.
saw a track from Buddy and it was like Insecure playlist or Insecure soundtrack season 4. And it was fire.
A Boogie with the Hoodie came out with Artist 2.0, the deluxe version.
I like the regular version.
Meyhem Lauren and Harry Fraud came out with Glass 2.0.
Is that the music of the Harry Fraud?
Harry Fraud is
that the music of the Harry Fraud?
yeah.
Oh shit!
I didn't know he was La Musica. I didn't know he was that. To be honest, I didn't know that was his drop because when I was listening to this, they were like La Musica, Harry Fraud, and I was like, did he just throw his name on La Musica? Da, 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 da? So I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I didn't know
that's
that.
his
I know
his
you've been
tag.
into artist tags or producer tags
producers,
for a while now. Lady Leisure came out with an album actually 2 weeks ago that was called Quarren Queen. Decent name there. Currency and Fuse came out with an album called Spring Clean. This guy always comes up with music.
John Legend, Bigger Love,
Yeah.
Black Eyed Peas, Translation.
That's all I got.
Yeah, that's all I see.
Kari came out with This Is Weird as well. I saw him perform live at the Sylvan LaCue show. So that was dope. In terms of singles, of course, we have a lot of them. Noname with Song 33, J. Cole with Snow on the Bluff, Anderson .Paak with Lockdown, RMR with Rascal featuring
It's
Young Thug.
actually rumor,
Okay.
and I'll get into it later. But I fucking love that album.
Did not know. And you know what? My shout out to my guy Vic, BKC, Blank Canvas Creatives. You already know what it is. He said the same thing, and I remember even I said
You just wasn't.
I
the
just
time.
wasn't. It wasn't the time.
Hey, and I understand.
I know it
that's-
should be hard.
Yeah.
I know people like it. I know like it's the way that I looked at Thug for a while. It's the way that I looked at Lil Baby
it's
for a
a
while.
different sounding type of.
I have to
hip-hop
acquaint
music.
myself to it.
Yeah. First time I listened to it, I was like, I don't know.
Or acquire it, I should say.
Yeah.
Yeah, acquire taste in that way.
But yeah, I found out it's rumor, and I was like, oh, I like RMR better. RMR sounds harder.
RMR sounds way harder. I'm gonna still say RMR.
I'm still gonna say
I still
RMR.
say JID.
We say 6 lakh.
Six. I don't say that.
I say 6 lakh.
Saweetie, Tap In, hard.
Sweetie.
Fivio Foreign, Move Like a Boss featuring Young M.A. Her with I Can't Breathe. Alicia Keys with Perfect Way to Die. A Leak came out with Drake, Busta Rhymes, produced by Jay Dilla.
If it's not on Spotify, then it doesn't exist.
That one's called Stay Down. Gucci Mane came out with Still Remember. NBA Youngboy with One Shot. Benny the Butcher had his Tiny Desk concert from home, which is interesting because the whole point is to do it at NPR, at
yeah.
Tiny Desk. Sway Lee came out with Reality Check. Interesting. I wonder what he's up to. Kamaya came out with Black Excellence.
They didn't talk about the Wale track, but not the Wale track, the Wale album.
Because the Wale came out with The Imperfect Storm.
Yes.
Forgot to mention that
We'll talk about that
EP.
later.
Kamaya mentioned. I mentioned that. They came out with Count Me In.
I like they.
Sky Zoo apparently came out with I think an EP. Although I'm just seeing one of his singles here or one of his songs here.
Kyle came out with Bouncin'. Tyga, I'm pretty sure it's a summer track. Came out with Vacation.
You think? He releases every June. E40 came out with Give Me 6.
Ooh.
And that's kind of where I finished.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Let's get into what we listen to.
Okay.
Beyonce?
Against what we listened to. Yeah, Beyonce came out with Black Parade. Forgot to mention that as well, but we did mention it earlier in the show. Apparently it was co-written by Jay-Z. Really the only mention there. I mean, obviously, I think Jay-Z has been using Beyonce for several years with his ghostwriting.
Oh, I feel like if you did not know that, you are not listening to music.
He's been getting bars off through Beyonce for years. It's so funny. I think he's just bored and just wants to write from a woman's perspective or something. I don't know.
Yeah. I just know he writes for Jay-Z, or he writes for Beyonce. And if you don't think he doesn't write for his wife, you are tripping.
Jokes aside, in terms of the song itself, again, it is called Black Parade. I only listened to it once, so I'm kind of forgetting the melody right now, but I do think it was a little bit more up-tempo, if I'm not mistaken. And just one of those songs, of the times, a lot of artists are coming out with their of the times records. We just mentioned her.
Lil Baby.
We'll get into Wale, Lil Baby, of course, we've seen. And then we have other versions of it, like Snow on the Bluff, J. Cole. But that's neither here nor there. And it's just one of those records for Beyonce.
Yeah.
So I like it. I'm going to tune in, more than once.
It was a good song. It's Beyonce, man. Beyonce don't make bad music at this point.
J. Cole, Snow on the Bluff. Let's talk about the song itself.
I enjoyed the song.
I thought the song itself was decent.
Yes.
He was articulating himself well. He was painting a good message.
He's a storyteller. And he did it really well.
I feel like I there's something a little bit more that I want from J. Cole right now, and I can't put my finger on it.
You know what? Charlamagne said this, and I'm not saying I agree with it. It's just a point I've been thinking about. He says, maybe we are putting J. Cole into this activist light. And
I don't want that, but I get what you're saying.
And he's saying it's not by accident, too, because J. Cole does do activist stuff, but like maybe a lot of these artists are not the activists we think they are. And he's like, that's what's affecting a lot of people mentally. Because he was talking about the whole J. Cole Noname thing. And he's like, a lot of people, they don't realize that maybe J. Cole he's trying to say, I'm not like this D. Ray Davis, Black Lives Matter activist. And I'm not saying I agree or disagree with him. It's just something to think about.
So again, just speaking to Cole, the character at this point. Because again, I'm aware of Cole, the character. Cole has already said on like interviews with Angie Martinez, he's like, yo, listen, don't view me as that. I don't want you to view any celebrity as that, in fact.
You're listening to his interview, though.
But
that person next door is not listening to it. They're listening to the J. Cole album. I like J. Cole.
I know that. I'm just saying, like, where I'm going with that was, again, because we can talk about the song, and we had that discussion already, but in terms of, like, agreeing with J. Cole, the character, he's already said, listen,
I'm not an activist.
Don't put this onus on me. I'm not even smart.
I'm not. Yes, like I have a degree, but like I'm not smart. Like,
and then someone pulled up his GPA. It's like 3.8. But anyways, I know book smart's different.
It's exactly. There's different kinds of smarts in this world.
Noname, of course, song 33.
That song ended quick. Like I look at the time when I first hit play on it. So I'm listening. I was at work and I was like, okay. And I'm like, wait, did the song just change? Or did she change the beat? And I looked and I'm like, wait, the song changed.
Dreams, but dreams don't come cheap.
I saw a demon on my shoulders, looking like patriarchy, like
bar.
Blood off the ceiling and bleach and another carpet. How my house get haunted. While Toya embody don't embody all the life she wanted. The baby just 19.
Wow.
No, I dream all black. I seen that everything. Immortalizing tweets all caps. They said it.
I think if I pause regularly, they won't take it down.
On her dead. One girl missing, another one go missing. One girl missing another, but niggas in the back quiet as a church mouse. Basement studio when duty calls to get the verse out. I guess the ego hurt now. It's time to go to work. Wow.
I guess his ego hurt now.
Let him go. He really doubts to write about me when the world is in smokes. When it's
people were coming at her saying, "Oh well, how are you writing about J. Cole when the world is in smokes?" Where was that energy for J. Cole?
Trees when George was begging for his mother, saying he couldn't breathe. You thought to write about me? One girl missing another.
I think that's the end of it, if I'm not mistaken. Pretty much, she just repeats that a few more times. Good song. I liked it a lot.
This is actually the first song I ever heard from Noname. I think so, or maybe the second song ever.
Yeah.
So it was pretty good, actually. Like if this is her style, I'm not sure if this is her style.
It is.
Like it's something
just a quiet, tamed. Like I'm gonna bar you to death.
Like, I low-key hate her for the way she talks. Like, you'd be mad disrespectful talking to me hella low. No, like, when someone's talking to you low, like...
Oh, you're saying hypothetically you would hate... Okay.
Yeah, like, when someone's like...
Protect yourself with that, because...
I didn't mean, like, no, like...
I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I like her, like... I'm
okay.
Like, yo, don't go there, like, do that right now. Like, just talk to me normal, like...
It's a calm, I guess you don't like her tone either.
That's a good one, though. That was a good one.
This episode might be called The Tone.
Yeah, it could be.
Nah, this episode is going to be called The Tony. No, I'm not going to do all that.
No, that's too much.
The Tone. That's definitely the name of the episode.
Did you listen to T Grizzly?
I did.
Okay.
I actually gave it one spin. Did you?
I gave some songs some spins.
Tell me what you think.
I stick with what I say. T Grizzly is a bad rapper.
Yes, thank you.
I've been saying this for a while. T Grizzly is actually a bad. His features, oh boy, like the Meek track, I was loving it. I was like, yo, Meek's killing it. Then T Grizzly came in, I was like, what is this?
So okay, here is my
Big Sean, body.
No, Big Sean
T Grizzly comes in, I'm like, yo. By the way, Big Sean was on 3 albums this week that I saw.
No, Big Sean's out here. Big Sean is out here, definitely.
T
So
Grizzly.
I always mention to you, T Grizzly is one of those names that I know, but I don't listen to, and I know I should.
Like, you should be like a little jerk for us, almost to that extent.
Exactly. So I tried listening to T Grizzly in the past, and I'm like, maybe it's just not the right time, right? And I've had conversations with, like, friends in my life, and they're like, yo, you bump T Grizzly? I'm like, nah. Yo, he's hard, bro. How aren't you bumping him? He says some real shit. I'm like, okay. And I'm listening to him, and I'm like, he's actually saying some real shit. You know, he's gone through gone through a lot of stuff. We know that. Yeah. And he is saying some real shit. And it's not even to say the lyrics are good or bad. The lyrics are real shit, and I always appreciate a real shit rapper.
It's just,
you know what I'm saying? Nipsey was that. Nipsey was the embodiment of like real shit. You know what I'm saying?
Because we appreciate rappers that tell us your real life. Don't lie to us.
Exactly.
And he's not lying to us.
So T Grizzly is giving me some real shit, and I'm listening. I was cleaning my car, right? My car is spick and span now, dog.
I used to do that.
So I was cleaning my car, whatever, listening to T Grizzly with my fake AirPods. I get why people wear them all day now. And I'm listening, and I'm 5, 6, 7 songs in. I'm at the Meek feature at this point, and I'm almost done cleaning my car at the Meek feature. And while the Meek feature is going on, I say to myself, he said some real shit, but is this guy a good rapper?
His delivery's all off.
Something is off, like his flow or his delivery.
According to me, I think this is his third, project.
Studio album?
So for his first project, because I've been listening to him since his first drop, I was like, okay, it was okay for a first project. He's not a full-time rapper. He probably started rapping like 2 years ago, before his first project. So I was like, okay, he's not bad. And his second project came out, and I'm just like, no, this shit's bad. Because I actually wanted to like him. Mm-hmm. But I was like, no,
and that's the thing. I think I want to like T Grizzly,
and
but
when he came out with this one,
I've concluded today that I can't.
After already thinking he's already a bad rapper, when he came out with this just solidified. I'm like, yeah, he's a bad rapper.
At one point, I asked myself, I'm like, is Meek rapping trash right now? Is it the beats? Like, I really asked myself, like, what is it? Like, and then, like you said, because I think Meek was first on that song. On his track. And that was like track 9 or something, if I'm not mistaken. 9, I think. I don't have it in front of me.
But yeah, Meek and Big Sean were first on their tracks. I remember because I listened to those tracks first because I already thought a certain way about T Grizzly. And I listened to a bunch of other tracks. And I was like, oh god, T Grizzly. But
yeah, I couldn't. What I can say is that as much as I can say I didn't like his rap, I can acknowledge why people would like this.
Yes.
There's a NBA young boy.
There's a rawness
feel to this. There's a Kevin Gates feel to this, and maybe not even comparing the rappers or their sound, but comparing how all 3 of them to some degree are acquired tastes.
Yes.
Right. Yes. I have not acquired the taste of T Grizzly. I have not. Will I ever acquire? I don't think so.
I'm not going to.
Will I give it a chance? I don't know because he says some real shit. I like a real shit rapper.
Exactly.
So it's like I'm conflicted because it doesn't sound good to my ears, but it sounds good to my ears because the message.
Because it sounds good to your brain.
That's
your ears are just like.
That's a better way to put it. It sounds good to my brain, but it does not sound good to my ears.
And I have that same problem with T Grizzly every time. And that's why there's certain tracks you're like, oh shit, like you're gonna find like a 1-2 tracks on this that you like. Maybe that's it.
Yeah.
But that's about it. But
I think it's like the Sean and the Meek.
Pretty much. Other than that, you won't like. You're just gonna be like, nah, he's trash. In my opinion.
He got a few on there though. I think it's worth a listen, and then you kind of be the judge.
Yes.
If you like his flow or his delivery, you will like this album.
Yes.
So I think it is worth a listen for that reason alone. Quickly touching on Currency's album, that one's called Spring Clean. Again, Currency is one of those names you feel like is in new music literally every single week.
I swear we talk about him.
He does not stop making music. And in a lot of ways, Currency is actually an acquired taste rapper as well.
Yes, because I don't like Currency. And I've tried listening to his
flow is just off sometimes.
I've tried listening because one of my old coworkers, I used to work at Walmart, throwback. Currency was his favorite rapper. He went to like every Currency show in Toronto.
Yeah.
And he tried putting me on. I'm just like, dog, like, I just can't get with him.
It's not it.
But I get what you people liking him.
But Currency is, again, he's one of those rappers. Like I used to fuck with Currency heavy in the mixtape era.
A lot of people
and did it really translate to 2020? Not as much, but he's always gonna be somebody that I lend an ear to. Always.
Yeah.
So
house spring cleaning.
With Currency, it's like, as I'm listening to it, I know that I've enjoyed him in the past, so I know I can digest no matter what. But as I'm listening, I'm like, I can see where I'm like Hove meme. I'm like, okay. But then when you kind of stop hyper analyzing it and like you start driving mindlessly, I'm like, this nigga been floating for how long now? This nigga been spitting. What the fuck? And then I kind of listen again attentively, and I'm like, okay. Okay, you know what I mean.
It's one of those you don't listen to attentively pretty much.
and I hate to say that because he's saying some shit too.
Yeah.
But it's more so to respect Currency in that he sticks to his craft, his flow, his sound. We have spoken to how people are critical of people sticking to their sound, like the baby. But Currency's just like, fuck it, I don't care.
Do it.
I do shows all day. I smoke a bunch of weed. I make a bunch of money, and I make a bunch of music.
Records.
So you guys are gonna enjoy it, and whoever enjoys it, and whoever doesn't. And that's the feel that I get from Currency, and I don't think I'm that far off. But I think Spring Clean was a decent album.
Okay.
Decent album.
Shout out
for
to Currency.
That one, I actually, to be fair, I didn't listen to the full thing, but what I was listening to, I was like,
it.
I'm definitely with this. Let's get into, I guess, Justine Skye next. I won't make this one too long.
Does she sing rap, sing songs?
She's a singer.
Rapper? Okay, I'm not sure.
She's a singer. So
I know that she's
get that out of the way. R&B singer. So I wanted to give this one attention because I mean I like Justine Skye as a singer. You know, Ultraviolet I think was the name of the album. I listened to that. I enjoyed it. And in terms of, she's been making a little bit of an imprint with her IG lives.
Oh.
Or not even IG live. Every time I go on like Twitter or IG,
Justine Skye's there.
Justine Skye and Timbaland are making a collab.
Hey.
Every single time they're split screen, Tim has the beat going,
and she's singing,
and Justine Skye is just singing, and I'm like, so I tweeted that actually. I got the retweet from Justine Skye. Shout out to her for that.
Hey, she retweeted
but
I
like when I get the retweet when I don't at them. I like that because it's like you're really looking at this.
Exactly, you're really looking for
some real shit, and that's me not even trying to get the retweet as well, right? But
you're just tweeting tweets.
So like I said, I noticed that, and then I tweeted. I'm like, yo, for like 37 weeks now, Tim and Justine Skye have been killing shit. I thought I'm tripping, and then the album comes out. It's just coincidental, I guess.
Just making the album.
What that immediately made me feel,
happy.
Aaliyah is always going to be one of my favorite singers of all time. You said
Aaliyah, I'm like, where are you going with this?
And I'm definitely not going to compare anyone to Aaliyah.
Oh, okay.
Anyone, period. But seeing Timbaland work with a musician, a vocalist, kind of gave me that vibe to some degree.
Okay.
Just in terms of their on-screen synergy, right? Presence is probably the better word. But in terms of what you're getting from the album, it's R&B. She kind of hits the Caribbean-esque, dance-esque note sometimes with some of her beats. But for the most part, you know, R&B to its core, right? So I think worth the listen. 10 songs, very concise album, and enjoyable. Definitely enjoyable. The next one I want to get into is John Legend. Very quick mention there.
As well.
Bigger Love, John Legend. Lengthy album, if I'm not mistaken.
It was like 21, I think. It was like, dude, you ain't like.
He performed like 3 of them on Verzuz, low key.
They're probably singles.
He performed the Janae track, which was hard.
Yeah, the Janae track was one of my hardest. The Coffee track was one of my favorite tracks.
Coffee one was one of my favorite ones as well.
I think if you have Coffee on the track and you fuck it up, you're bad at music. Because Coffee does.
You're bad at music, dead.
Because Coffee, like, I don't know what she does, but every track I hear her on, the track's fire.
No, Coffee's
like,
really good.
She knows her shit.
It's almost not fair how good Coffee is.
Oh, sorry. Talking about this album?
No, I mean, I don't really have much to say about it. It's
a John Legend album.
John Legend. It's vintage John Legend.
Yes.
We use the wrestling reference often, right? Vintage John Cena, vintage Orton. This is vintage John Legend.
You can't rate it. It's just John Legend.
Yeah, and it's funny because watching the verses, when he was performing some of his classics and some of his classic guest verses or guest features, I should say, and then he blended in some of the new music, and to me it was like, this shit belongs in the same arena.
Like, his music never changed.
Like the Janae track to me is a timeless track. You Move, I Move, track 7 featuring Janae Aiko. Janae sounds amazing, first of all.
Amazing, yeah.
But I listened to that, I'm like, yo, this sounds really fucking good.
It does.
Like you're hearing the vocals, you're hearing the piano, you're getting everything that you want to get from John Legend.
Yes.
Everything that you would expect a John Legend album to be. This album is that.
Yes, that's the perfect way to put it.
At least upon first listen.
Perfect way to put it.
Yeah.
There's 2 more, 3 more. What? No, you want to go Meyhem Lauren?
Meyhem Lauren. Get her motherfucking right.
Meyhem Lauren.
Meyhem Lauren. This one's called Glass 2.0. I want to play a little bit of Meyhem Lauren. Meyhem Lauren, the way that I've heard of Meyhem Lauren was through Action Bronson. He was on the show. He was on many of Action Bronson's shows.
So he's from New York?
Yes. And he was just like, like Big Body Bess, his other boy. They were just kind of like, I don't want to say comedic relief. I'm not limiting them to that. But their presence on the show was somewhat of a comedic one, right? Like Alchemist was on many of his shows, and Alchemist was just like the quiet guy doing his thing and says a funny high shit, says something funny and high every once in a while. Meyhem Lauren and Big Body Bess, they were kind of more comedic.
They were just funny guys.
And Action Bronson, funny guys, yeah. And Action Bronson's just Action Bronson. He's himself, right?
Eden.
A part of, because I used to be a huge fan of all of the shows.
Yeah, you used to watch it.
The circle of shows that they had, from Viceland to fucking YouTube, right?
I remember you loved it.
Meyhem Lauren started getting into rapping. I was like, well, comedic relief rapping?
Yeah.
I'm for it.
Okay.
Right?
Is that what this is?
I don't know. No, it wasn't. It wasn't this. This was not that. But I thought maybe at first his music was kind of that feel to me. And as I started like just continuing to listen to him, I've probably been listening to him for about 2 years now. I'm like, nigga's alright. Like he's actually alright. He's not bad. I'll play the beginning of his first song.
Lorenovich.
Lorenovich.
AKA Lorenovici. AKA I fucked up the interior of my car because the water from the wave pool is dripping off my fucking chin.
You know what I mean? Like, I ruined my car because the water off my car is dripping. What is he saying?
The wave pool off my something is dripping.
That's Meyhem Lauren.
It makes sense.
Perfect way to describe him.
They get the music of the Harry Fraud.
He comes in.
I'm good. Flip shit, buy shit, jewelry got me in the house. Yo, I look the judge right in his eyes. Commit perjury. Niggas praying on my downfall, hoping I serve a D. The fellas jealous cause they ladies wanna swerve with me. Dr. Lorenovich, I gave the caddy surgery.
He's not saying much, but it's like,
he has the Action Bronson.
Yeah.
Flow.
Yeah. Harry Fraud, obviously you know Harry Fraud. He's probably, I wouldn't say best known, but he's very well known for many songs he's produced. Shot Caller, one of them being
a lot of New York songs. A lot of French songs too, actually.
Yeah, he's done a lot of work with French, especially earlier in his career. I thought a good example of just Harry Fraud's sound was this track called Yuka. It's track 3.
Yo, Fraud, what up, man? I'm downstairs. Yeah, finish smoking while you up there, man. Don't burn in the whip. I got that thing on me. Probably ain't gonna use it though. Like if I bump heads with these niggas, I got a swordfish in the back. I'ma just hold by the tail and slap these niggas across the face, man. These niggas is built like velvet. They real pussy, but you know I gotta be on defense, man. Defense wins games, beloved.
He got the Harry Fraud.
Harry Fraud keeps his brain waxed like a piece of yucca. After he scatters the shatter, he's in a stupor. Park the whip, then we post up outside of Sutra. Try to bag a cougar to practice the Kama Sutra.
Like I can fuck with this, like. Yo, Meyhem Lauren, bro. I'm telling you.
I like him.
Slap a nigga with a swordfish. You niggas is built like velvet. Yo, that's just like the most disrespectful talk you could ever put upon someone.
It really is.
You're built like velvet? Come on, don't do that. Enjoyable. It felt refreshing to hear that.
It's something a little different. Like,
different, exactly.
It makes you laugh. You know, it's not too, like, in this time, I know we do want to be serious, but a few minutes of it won't hurt.
Exactly. And it was a more concise album. I think it was 9 songs at like 25. 9 songs, 25 minutes. So bad. Very
I'll
digestible.
listen to this.
I think the 2 tracks that I played are actually the perfect representation where it's Harry Fraud, so you know what you're getting from beats.
Mm-hmm.
It's a funny conversation going on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna slap a nigga with a swordfish. You niggas is built like velvet. Don't smoke in the whip because I got the burner on me. Like, it's funny
Wooden
shit like
interior of my
that.
car, way full dripping.
And on top of that, like, he's like, not to say he's spitting like a hot spitter, but
he's not bad.
it's not bad.
It's still listenable.
He got flow.
It's better than
Right.
like a lot of people.
I enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed it thoroughly. I'ma get into Wale though.
Okay. I listened to Wale.
Wait, do you have
too.
anything else?
I listened to Wale and Teyana as well.
Okay.
But I didn't put my notes for Teyana because I need to surprise you with that.
Fair enough. Okay, let's get into Wale then. Wale, The Imperfect Storm. This was an EP. Wale has been killing EPs for 2 years now.
He really has.
In addition to obviously his album Wow That's Crazy that came out in 2019.
Wow, that's crazy. Can't remember.
Yeah, 2019. I was looking for where they had it on Spotify. So he comes out with this one, The Imperfect Storm. I think it's 6 songs. Yeah, 6 songs at 18 minutes. I love a digestible project like that.
Everyone.
Tell me where your thoughts went.
I like this. Beginning to end, I loved it. I thought it was really good. So the last song was not my favorite.
Yes, I agree with
But
that. I agree with that.
In the whole grand scheme as a project, it was really good in my opinion.
I'm actually surprised you said that.
I like Wale.
I know you
think-
do, but I
just-
feel like you've been hypercritical of
because
the
I have
guy.
high standards for him. I feel like this actually stood up to my standards. Like, because I put him like in damn near tier 1 level.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes I feel like his music is not tier 1 level.
Okay.
Sometimes I'm
I
not
know.
saying all the
I
time.
think I agree with
but
that.
But this time I'm
okay.
like, yo, this was damn near tier 1 level music. So
Yeah.
I like this one. I rate Wale more than I rate Big Sean.
Mm-hmm.
So I expect more from Wale than I expect from Big Sean, for
Right.
example.
Right.
So that's why I'm always critical on Wale. I
That's
feel like
fair.
he set his bar high early.
Yeah, I think I know where you're coming from with that because Wale, and it's not his delivery. It's almost how he delivers his music.
Maybe.
And those are 2 different statements. Not his delivery, but sometimes how he delivers his music, where it's like,
Yeah. That's how I felt about some of his albums. I was just like,
Yeah.
like, I never hated Wale. That's why I always hated when you thought I was coming for Wale. I'm like, I like Wale. I just feel like some of his albums were just not the Wale I want. Maybe it was the Wale I want, the Wale I know. But this right here, hit it. He gave me bars. He gave me the poppy Wale type of beats. He gave me fun-ish, like flow. I like Wale like that.
he was going at someone on the first track. The
He
first
was.
track is called Moving Different.
I didn't know who though.
I didn't know who. I think it
Let's-
was the end of his second verse. Let me see if I can find that.
Roads all covered, the poor liquor store running. I'm trying to sip a little, but the military funded. Roads all covered, the police love it. Some rich black niggas ain't donate nothing. I won't say nothing, but bro, do better. I'm saying 2020 now, we gotta move different like.
Pop beats. I love Wale on pop beats.
He said, I know niggas ain't donating. I ain't gonna say
Say
nothing,
nothing.
but come on, bro,
2020.
do better.
Do better.
Hashtag do better. Wasn't that our hashtag to enter the year?
It was.
Damn.
Was it to enter the year? Or was
It was to
some
enter the
point?
year. It was to enter the year. I remember. I've been living by that. Hashtag do better. Track 4.
Is that the blue, white, red, and pink?
I enjoyed that one. That's
That-
track
that's-
3.
that-
Blue, yellow, green, pink, white.
That was like one of my favorite track on the album. Won't lie.
Turn it up.
That's what I thought of.
Yeah.
Charlie Brown.
Blue, yellow, green, pink, white. I ain't about to judge, motherfucker, live life. I done got hot, cold like a million times.
See
Yo.
that Wale, I love that one. Like
I need to
that
go to
Wale
DC,
sounds like
bro.
he's having fun.
I need to go DC.
In some
ASAP.
of his old albums, it felt like he just wasn't having fun. Like this Wale here, it sounded like he was in the studio smiling as he was making these tracks. Like, keep it up, Wale, man.
I really like blue, yellow, green, pink, white a lot.
That song was good. Sorry, what was track 4?
Track 4 was called June 5th, as well as Queen's Gods.
Oh yeah, that track was hard too.
That track was super special to me, and it was just super special in my opinion. I mean, just a really good. He's just going in lyrically.
And they high, thinking the badge is better than having some heart. Okay, look now, look how they running. They beating white people down just to show us what's coming, or to show us we nothing, or to show us we only welcome when singing or balling. Nigga, shut up and dribble.
Shut up and
Yeah, man. Wale's saying a lot. Like he's really saying a lot. And what I liked from him, and this was I guess before Beyonce came out with her more up tempo track.
Yeah.
He was kind of the not to say the first person, but you know, I like that his approach to this was I'm still saying something, but I'll do it a little bit more in a DC go-go style.
Yeah.
Or a little bit more of an up-tempo style if you want to just take it out of one sound.
DC go-go. That's the words I was trying to remember his style.
You know what I mean? So I enjoyed that thoroughly. And it's like you said, just getting back to him and watching him in interviews and stuff like that, you know, he's mentioned that. You know, he got out of the Atlantic deal. He's with Warner Bros. Now. Yes, it is another major, and yes,
you got to get money from somewhere.
But
man.
he
got to get money.
He saw big differences in how the teams were aligned, and
he knows what he wants.
You know, if this is, I don't know if this is officially under them. I guess it is technically officially under Warner Bros. We'll see once the copyright comes in for me playing that. But like you said, it felt like. Maybe fun is not the correct word, but it felt like he was in his element.
Yes, yeah.
When putting this together.
I just use fun to just mean like.
No, I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean by that.
I'm fucking doing this shit here. And not.
It doesn't feel forced.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like work. It's like, you know, I'm
here.
I'm here to do my thing.
I get what you mean. But yeah, no, that was a very good project. I listened to that maybe 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, I've listened like 2 times already for sure.
And
I've listened to that red, white, and blue like at least 5 times.
Blue, yellow, green, pink, white.
I just hate any colors. I don't even know.
Teyana Taylor, man. Let's talk about the album, the main event.
I didn't like this. I did not like this.
Is it because it was 23 songs?
I feel like that didn't help. I also felt a lot of songs sounded the same, in my opinion.
Interesting.
That was my only complaint about it. I liked these songs. I just felt like a lot of it sounded the same. And after a while, it's like...
Let's rewind for a second. You said you were thrown off by the 23 songs?
Well, no, that like part of my dislike for the album was the 23 songs.
Okay. At first I looked at this and I was like, Jesus Christ, 23. But then I quickly said to myself, the last one was 4. Right? 7, obviously.
I know you're going to be under exaggerating, but yes.
So, under exaggerating. For some reason, I'll give you that. I don't even know why. But I've never heard under exaggerating.
No one does that.
I've only ever heard over exaggerating. I really liked it. I got deep into the album on my first listen. I think I got to track 17, 18 on my first listen.
Oh, damn. You were far.
The intro took me out.
Intro was hard.
Intro took me out.
Intro was hard.
I was crying.
Oh, damn.
I was crying. I don't want to admit it, but it was part of my manifestation and Juneteenth. And
childbirth?
It was just a lot of things were happening at the same time in my mind and in my you know, spiritual realm. But that shit took me out, bro. Track 2, Come Back to Me. Did you hear Alicia Keys on that one?
I actually thought it was Alicia Keys featured on that.
Right?
I looked at my phone. Like, oh, damn, Alicia Keys. That was their song?
Sounds like. Baby, baby, baby. From the day I
actually thought it was Alicia Keys. And I looked at my phone, I was like, oh, maybe she just didn't get a credited feature.
And then I think she doubled down on the sampling, or I guess that's an interpolation. That might not even be a sample. I think that's an interpolation. But I think she doubled down on it with track 3 with a different sample, let's call it. I don't remember. I'm not gonna play it. That's a track with Iman Shumpert. Iman Shumpert bodied that verse. He bodied.
You love Iman, man.
Track 4 had Erica the God on there. Erica Badu.
Erica don't do that.
We had Quavious Hunches singing. What do you think about that?
Hunches. I don't need him singing.
Really?
I don't need him
I liked it. I thought it was good. That one's called Let's Build.
I don't need him singing.
To the man, you can vision us out of here. Look like we on yeah.
Words don't express the way I feel. If love not a crime, baby, what's real? Your loyalty to me.
I think I know why you don't like it.
Autotune?
Sounds like Travis Scott.
Yeah, autotune. All these guys can't sing. They're just going to mic say, "How do I feel?" All right, and then like, do your thing. and this is why I started looking at producers when I realized, producers need way more credit because they actually make these guys sound good.
Dead. There was a lot to like on this. I don't think there's an in-depth per se. What I really I like how she handled the middle of the album. There's one track called Killa featuring Davido.
Yeah, shout out to Davido.
And then she has this track called Bad, which is the following track. So the Davido track sounds exactly how you think it will.
She a killer. She a killer.
So I like that change of pace and to get Davido on. There's a big look. And then she has the following track, which is called Bad.
worth. None of my love. I gave you life, you pulled the plug.
Goes in the reggae, the Holly Cook vibe. I'm like, okay, I'm with this. The R&B on the reggae beats. I'm definitely with that. And then you mentioned Big Sean was on there as well. King Combs sounds exactly the way you think King Combs will sound on there.
Hey, she signed to Diddy's label.
I think she fucks with them heavy though.
This must have been like your central label, so my son has to be on your record.
Facts. This was to me this was a lot of replay value, and maybe where the enjoyment of the album possibly comes in is once you trim it down.
And maybe that's
what it is, because I think you're gonna find a lot of replayable songs on here, but to some degree it's gonna be which ones did you like most. And I think it was almost intentionally made like that, where it's like, yo, I've been suppressed for how many years?
Right.
23 songs.
The one time I got to release music, I still was unlimited.
You know what I'm saying? That's part of the suppression. So fuck it. Here we are now. 23 songs. I'm giving it to you. I'm having a kid. Have a good night.
I'm busy for the next 9 months.
Have a good night. It's a happy moment for Teyana Taylor. It's a happy moment for their family, of course, as well.
Shumpert and their one expecting and
one child. But I enjoyed it. To me, this was a top tier album in terms of the R&B sound this year. I've mentioned Kehlani. The Teyana one is up there. There's a few other ones.
Party Mobile,
which is low key, high key up there.
Yeah.
Division. These are higher tiered albums in my opinion. I think Teyana Taylor definitely belongs in that discussion, and I think definitely worth a listen. And
yeah, definitely listen.
I think like you said, it's almost like maybe we can almost end off on this. Don't feel bad for skipping through tracks. Find the ones that you like.
And that's what I'm going to do when I have the chance. I'm actually just going to go through tracks and see, you know what, do I actually like this track? Maybe I don't like this track. And maybe I might get to a 6-track, minimum 6 tracks I like, and that'll be my playlist for Teyana Taylor.
For me, I'm going to continue playing this top to bottom because I feel like Teyana's whole catalog was 23 songs. So I couldn't find nothing on her. I want to hear Teyana motherfucking Taylor, you know what I'm saying? Because she's so dope as a celebrity.
And
right?
the other thing that pissed me off, the other thing that took me out of this was I like KTSE better.
I'm not mad at that.
Okay.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all.
Because I remember like, no, KTSE was shit. I'm like, I don't know. I kind of like it better. And maybe it's, I like Kanye. Maybe the production, subconsciously, I just like that production style better. I don't know, but I like that better personally. So that also threw me off from this list.
Angel just took a picture. My package is delivered.
Oh.
You gonna get backing away right now?
Let's go get it right now.
What was I going to say, though? I like this sounding Teyana better than Kanye influenced sounding Teyana, but I get the Kanye sound because I listened to wasn't Ye in my rotation the other day?
Probably.
Was it Ye?
Pablo?
No, it was Ye. I just think I forgot to mention it last week. But like after I listened to Pablo, I bumped Ye. I was enjoying it.
You were enjoying Ye?
I'm like, this shit is fire, bro.
Maybe Kanye.
We killed him for the moment for good reason.
Kanye's music has aged really well.
But that's the thing about Kanye's music is that
it's always aged well.
No matter how terribly you take it at first. Think about what's Blood on the Leaves Bound to? What's that album called? Yeezus was received so poorly. I always liked Yeezus.
Me too. Well, I really like Kanye.
Blood on the Leaves, I think, is one of Kanye's best songs. Blood on the Leaves.
It is up there.
Bound to was one of my favorite songs, but that was part of my past life. So every time I say that, it's so funny to me. I don't even know why.
Past life, like he was a cow, and now he's a human being.
This shit was only like 3 years ago. God damn. But I think Kanye's work will age well, even the Teyana project, and I think
maybe that's what's me sticking with me.
Yeah,
because after listening to this, I was like, damn, I want to listen to KTSE again.
I just think it's a distinguished sound of the Kanye influence versus anything else, and I think this is a good embodiment of that because it's just far from that Kanye sound.
Exactly, and I think that's also like holding me back from enjoying this album. Cause I'm still thinking like Kanye
in that Kanye brain, and there's nothing wrong with that, right?
I need to mentally take myself out of that to try and enjoy it.
Like A$AP Rocky.
Yeah, it took me almost a year to do that, and I finally enjoyed it.
Let's finish off that music potpourri. We're at the 1 hour 50-minute mark. We promise we will not go over 2.
Nah, we running.
So very quick rotation. Let me run through mine. What is in my rotation? I bumped The Imperfect Storm by Wale more than once, so I am including that. Otherwise, let me go oldest to newest as usual. I forgot to mention this. End of Days, the Spillage Village. Wait, we mentioned that last week. Yeah. Spillage Village, End of Days. I listened to that several times. The Never Story by JID. I listened to this week. Strays with Rabies by Earth Gang. I listened to this week. Can you guess why I listened to them? Because Spillage Village, obviously. Then I had to go to the following person tweeted. Man, I wish I was a member of Spillage Village. And then he tweeted a few minutes later, welp, I guess I'm now a member of Spillage Village. And maybe it's a joke, but Deontay Hitchcock.
Oh, I thought it was going to be a random. I'm like, I'm going to start tweeting randomly too.
Deontay Hitchcock. I listened to him, his album Better, of course. I went to my 2019 list of top-rated albums because I just wanted to listen to a higher quality of music. And unsurprisingly, I brought myself to Snow Allegra first. Those feels again. I listened to This Is Aaliyah. I felt like Justine Skye was on my mind, so I listened to Aaliyah
singing.
And I kind of asked myself, okay, because Snow is to some degree a student of Aaliyah. If you kind of hear her sound and how she's trying to make it like that subgenre, I just call it the School of Aaliyah at this point. But that subgenre, Snow Allegra participates in. So I wanted to listen to Aaliyah. Okay. Right. I listened to R&B 2K20, again a playlist made by Marlon Palmer. Go check out the Extra Gravy podcast. Toronto's official podcast. They got a motherfucking billboard. On Young and Dundas. You
Yo,
didn't see that shit?
Get that shit?
Shit.
Yo.
Shit.
Our manager.
Same thing I've been asking.
How we get that shit?
It's inspiring though. Jokes aside, it's very inspiring is the correct word I should use. Holly Cook, I listened to.
Oh yeah, that's your woman.
Yo, Holly Cook, her self-titled album from 2011, as well as Vessel of Love from 2018. Again, that is more of a reggae sound, but with a little bit more R&B type vocals on it. So Teyana kind of led me there. I listened to The Bigger Picture by Lil Baby several times. What a song. I listened to My Turn, the Lil Baby album, of course. Bumped some Tana Talk 3 by Benny the Butcher. I bumped Chasing Summer by Sir, again going back to my 2019 list. I bumped Amuse in Her Feelings by Division. I bumped Snow on the Bluff several times by J. Cole. Song 33 by Noname several times. Ninth Wonder Presents Jamla is the Squad Part 1. That one, of course, came out in 2014. Bumped that one this week. Otherwise, yeah, that's kind of it. The Imperfect Storm by Wale, like I mentioned.
All right, I'll run through this quickly. Squidtastic by Issa Baby, Never Leaving. Cry Baby by Lil Peep. It came out last week, so we noted it. It was okay. Shock Value 2 by Timberland. Speaking of Timberland. You about to lose your job.
There's a track for
that?
There's
a track for that.
Dead.
Yeah, it's there. How do they call it? Non-Stop. It's a UK, I think, internet radio. But they do these versus battles. They've been doing it for during quarantine. So they had one that was Azonto versus Zanku, which is a Ghanaian dance is the Azonto.
Oh yeah.
And the Zanku is a Nigerian dance. So they had a playlist for that. Bumped that. Oh wow, that's actually really. Oh, Lion King, the original motion picture soundtrack.
I still didn't bump that.
Yeah, so I bumped
that. That was hard, no?
It's hard. It's hard.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Wait, I did bump that. No, I didn't. Fuck.
And then RMR, The Drug Dealing of a Lost Art. That album's been in my playlist rotation forever. Other than that, that's really about it. I really haven't bumped that much music. Yeah, that's it.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I think I'm down to say fuck the post potpourri today.
Let me see what's on it. No, I don't care about that.
Man, we had an hour 55.
I really don't care about it. There's really nothing in the post that I care to talk about.
Yeah, same. It's more like information updating, but niggas be racist every day, so...
Exactly, it's racist.
It was literally NBA, racist, NBA, and racist.
God damn. You guys know, niggas racist every day, and NBA is updated more than we are.
Oh my God, man. Let's finish it off then. I'm just seeing while going with my food still.
It's got priorities. Because I gotta eat.
Your order is done. I'm still clean. Okay. Anyways, man, please cue the music. With that being said, that will take us to the end, the unfortunate end of another episode of the True North Views podcast. A very candid conversation today. A lot of topics have been discussed. Please, 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 please. We see the continued sharing, by the way. We see the increase in sharing. We definitely appreciate that. And we ask that you continue to have that conversation by telling a friend, to tell 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 a friend, please. You already know what it is. It's 6 degrees of separation. Like I said, one of the most impactful speeches that I've ever seen in person, which I'm so grateful that I fucking captured.
That's why I want to go to protest. I actually want to see one of these speeches in person.
It felt like, bro, my hairs were like, oh my God. And then she ended up being 2 degrees. So you see the power of degrees, everyone. If you just do it 6 times, somehow everyone in the world
worldwide
will know about us, and then you guys get better content. It's a win-win.
Exactly. You
honestly.
Get better. I'm just saying.
Let's get to this. Let's get to this motherfucking barbecue, though, man. I'm not gonna lie. Please. We got how many rules now? 3, 2, 1.
3. But I don't remember the third one.
2 rules.
I only know 2 of them. I gotta write these down. First rule: stay safe, everybody. Second rule: watch out for the wastemans.
Watch out for the motherfucking wastemans and the men that don't protect black women. It's a True North Views podcast, episode 111. You know in school when they teach you don't say and because and represents a decimal?
I've never been taught and.
Really? Like, you know people say 111?
Maybe in money-wise.
You're supposed to say 111 rather than 111.
I've never heard.
You've never said and, like, so how would you say 117? You say 117? Yeah. You wouldn't say 117?
117.
There you go. When you say and, technically what you're saying is 100.17.
No, you're not.
Yeah, you are.
No, you're not.
When you say and.
I took calculus in university. You are not telling me and means a decimal point. When you want to say,
does.
When you say 1.17, you say a point. You do not say and means and.
You gotta say 111.
Maybe in money wise.
Not 111.
Maybe in money wise, that's how it works. But when you're talking about just numbers, 117 to 117. You say 117. Okay.
It's a True North Views podcast, episode 111. That thing is off. It's okay. It's going to be a longer picture in our outro. Peace.
I don't know why I'm still saluting. I don't want to see you.
Real shit.